All right, we are live. Y'all know the drill. Where you from? Where you at? What are you doing? Let me post a link for the people over there on Twitter. People on Twitter. The next episode of the relay is already done. It will be uploaded after this video, after this live session is done. Both the champions, Michaela Mayer, Maiva Hamadouche, they met up with each other. And noticeable height differential. I expected that. Uh, I don't really think it matters because Maiva's bread and butter feeds into that height differential. You know what I mean? Like, uh, Maiva is a body puncher by trade. She's a body puncher characteristically. So the height differential actually it plays into what kind of fight she wants to fight. RC was good. Daniel was good. Poor Check was good. Funk was good. AJ Gay was good. Jacobs was good. Ernie Wells was good. Deed was good. Jacob Sims was good. Ernie Wells in Southern California. California. You know what I mean? And yeah, as stated, I'm not gonna get into a full breakdown here because I got to do a prediction video for Mayer versus Hamadouche. That's going to be on Friday night. We got a real good weekend of fights. We really do. And we got Mayer versus Hamadouche kicking off this weekend's festivities on Friday night. I don't think that I'll be going live for that fight. I want to just enjoy that fight and take it all in. Joshua Buatsi versus. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about. That is such a good fucking fight. And one thing that I want to say about that fight, because I don't want to get too into that card. I actually want to talk about that card tomorrow. But one thing I want to say about that is Eddie Hearn is not a guy who protects his fighters, and you can see that in the matchmaking. Joshua versus Usyk, Buatsi versus Vlasov. Why he's putting him in there with Maxim? That's crazy, bro. That is just nuts, bro. That's nuts, man. But I love that fight. I love that fight. I ain't gonna lie. It's a great fight. It's a sexy fight. Anything can happen. And just back to the point, we got Mayer versus Hamadouche. We know that battle. He really loves Michaela, and I know he's pulling for her. Though I'm being honest, she could lose this thing. You can't look at this opponent as like an opponent that Michaela has fought before. It's not that kind of situation. What's goody Tyrion? What's goody low key New York? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's gonna be a good weekend. It's gonna be a very good weekend. Though I will reiterate, for those that are taken back by the height differential between Michaela Mayer, Maiva Hamadouche, you have to remember that Maiva's a body puncher. So a taller fighter with a longer torso, that actually favors her. That's what she likes. The torso's easier to hit because there's more torso to hit. You know what I mean? Was goody all that Constable? Was goody Sly? Some people are picking Maiva, some people are picking Michaela. To me, ultimately, it's not about the individual fighters. It's about the fight. This is an excellent fight. Credit to Michaela Mayer for taking it on, though I have to say that I had received some inside intel, some just inside information, and I take it as hearsay. I take it for what it is. It was hearsay that the fight could have happened sooner. But if the fight would have happened sooner rather than later, it would have been a matchroom show, not a top rank show. Give me 1 second. Yo, get out of here. So, it kind of favors Michaela that, you're fighting the away fighter on your home turf. She needs every advantage that she can get in that fight. And I will leave it there. We're seeing a lot of talk about the upcoming Caleb Plant versus Canelo Alvarez fight. A lot of people holding out hope that Caleb could start being a fighter that he hasn't been before, a fighter that we haven't seen. I haven't seen him, I mean, a lot of it is common sense arguments, which is why I choose not to give it too much air. The stupid things that I see people say, because I'm like, dog, if you really believe all the stuff you saying, you'd call your bookie, you'd place a bet. He's a 10-1 underdog. You'll clean up if you really believe what you're saying. The thing is, you motherfuckers don't believe what you're saying. You're talking just to be talking. It's the principle of it's the principle of even a broken clock is right twice a day. So motherfuckers will say enough stupid shit over and over again that maybe one day they'll be right about something. And that's the situation I see when it comes to Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez. I don't want to get into a breakdown when it comes to that fight either. I want to do that in the prediction video. But uh, uh, Caleb's not a bad fighter. I don't think he's a bad fighter, but you're lying to yourself if you think he's on the level of Canelo Alvarez or even Billy Joe Saunders. I can reiterate things that I've said before. Billy Joe Saunders' resume is head and shoulders above Caleb Plant's. He's a more proven fighter, and he's a southpaw. Anybody that knows boxing knows, yeah, them southpaws, they'll give you a problem. They'll give you a problem because everything is in reverse. They're staying on the outside of your setup punch. Caleb's not a southpaw. He's an orthodox fighter. How many of those has Canelo Alvarez seen over the years? Exactly, Daniel. If they really, because I posted something on Twitter and it got a big reaction, that I said that if these guys really believe all this stuff they're saying about Caleb, don't tell me, don't tell Twitter, tell your bookie. If you really believe what you're saying. But if you're going to sit here and tell me and try to sell it to me, all that tells me is you don't really believe that shit. It's a lot. It's a couple of guys in those comments on Twitter. Styles make fights. Hearn beat Duran, Barkley beat Hearns, and Duran beat Barkley. Great weekend for boxing. I'll say that in terms of Styles making fights, Canelo Alvarez has seen this style before from a better boxer than Caleb Plant. He saw this style in a better boxer, a more proven boxer in Erislandy Lara, who's not just more proven, who's not just a pure boxer the way that Caleb's a pure boxer, but he's a southpaw. He saw a very similar style in Austin Trout. He saw a very similar style in his last fight with Billy Joe Saunders, another southpaw. And if he can pick the punches with a southpaw, he can pick the punches with an orthodox fighter. It'll be easier to pick the punches. I don't even know if I could say he has a puncher's chance because that would be saying that he has enough punch to turn the fight around, and I don't believe that. What I do believe he has is movement. I believe he has movement and defense, but at what level? The Vincent Fagan boots level, the Mike Lee level? Oh no, right. The Caleb Truax level. You know what I mean? Midwest, he's got Michaela winning a fight. We're big supporters of Michaela here on the channel. I haven't had the opportunity to get her on the show. Very busy woman. She's one of those fighters to where you got to go through somebody in order to get her on the channel. And I don't really like that. Like, I mean, it's nothing against her. It's just that I need to know when you can come on. I need to say, and it feels like it's more trouble than it's worth. I might try to get her on the channel. If she wins a fight, I might try to get her on the channel because I've been supporting her career since she went pro. She might not think so, but I'm a fan of her. And I'll see if I can get her on the channel. I also want to get Sinicia Estrada on the channel. She very recently spoke to Ring Magazine. She had a lot to say, and a lot of it sounded like what I'll be saying right here. All them champions at minimum weight, all them champions at light flyweight, they playing musical chairs with her, B. They playing freeze tag. Maybe I'll talk to her dad. I'll ask her dad if he can talk to her for me to see if I could get her on. We do a Q&A with her like the Q&A we did last week with Demetrius Andrade. You guys come on, ask her the questions you want to ask her and all that stuff. It'll be fun. And I'll see about doing that maybe next week. I'll see about doing that next week. Shout out to Willie Lynch that says the guy who beat Kovalev is going to get knocked out by Plant. I got a bridge to sell you at Queens too. Plant is nothing new to Canelo. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's not that Plant is a bad fighter, but he doesn't bring anything that Canelo hasn't seen before. I saw some there was a press conference not that long ago. I saw some people reacting to it. They didn't really like Plant's energy, and I think it was Beats that said it. I don't know if he was talking about the Caleb Plant fight. I think it was Beats that said it though, that you can't skip steps. And a lot of these guys, that is what they're doing. They're skipping steps. You can't just go from Mike Lee's and Vincent Farfandugan's to Canelo Alvarez. You're psychologically, physically, your condition, just your level. Nah, I mean, you're not ready. If Caleb is better than what we've seen so far, if he's really ready for this fight, well, we'll find out on Saturday night because it's not on paper and we haven't seen it yet. I said this a year ago. All of these guys, David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, they had the opportunity to prepare for the Canelo apocalypse because we all knew that this was coming. We all knew he wasn't going to stay at 175. We all knew if he beats Kovalev, he's going to come back down. And when he does, in all likelihood, he's going to come after all of you. They had time to get it together and garner the necessary experiences and the marquee value so that they could go into that that Canelo fight with the same air that Golovkin had. As it stands, none of the fights that he's had so far, none of his opponents have had the air that Golovkin had. Because like it or love it, Golovkin was more proven at his weight than they were at their weights. Golovkin had fought the people that needed to be fought. David Lemieux, Daniel Jacobs, Martin Murray, Matthew Macklin, Willie Monroe, Daniel Geale. He fought the people that needed to be fought. And you can say what you want about those people, but he fought almost everyone who was there. So by the time a Canelo comes around, well, I'm ready. I'm ready because I've done everything I need to do. Try getting Nonito Donaire to do an interview with you. I'll try. I'm a big fan of him. I don't know if he knows that, but I'm actually a big fan of him. I've taken a lot of shit for ranking him on my pound for pound, but rules are rules. And Nonito ticks off on a lot of the boxes. Appreciate that, AJJJJ. If Caleb doesn't get Canelo's respect, he's in big trouble. I think he's in big trouble just overall. Drew says, so Eddie Hearn and DAZN going broke and pulling out of the USA was a lie. Also, Golden Boy Promotion seems on life support ring. Zerto can go to Russia for a B-Vol in December, have a ticket to Canelo, and he's acting funny. I've actually covered that subject in the video I'm going to upload after this live. I covered that subject. So what we can talk about now, Drew, when I put the link in the description box, is the stuff that we were talking about before. I want to stick to DAZN overall and all the narratives that we heard, because what these people like to do, these pathological fucking liars, what they like to do is they'll say some shit and hope that enough time passes that people forgot what they said. And I didn't forget what they said. I didn't forget any of it. I'm not going to say I have the best memory. I don't have a photographic memory, but I remember a lot of what was being said in 2018 when they debuted in America. And everything that the naysayers said wouldn't happen, did happen. Everything, literally, all of it. Drew says, Triple G was a legit B-side with Samsung and Nike sponsors. See? Exactly. He had Jordan as a sponsor, Samsung as a sponsor. Most people don't know he also had iPhone as a sponsor. It all depended on which country. I believe it was Apple was a sponsor in one country and Android was a sponsor in another country. Triple G was a legit B-side with Samsung and Nike sponsorships outside America, and Canelo had a financial legacy incentive to fight him. You understand what I mean? Triple G was more prepared for the Canelo fight than any of the people that have fought him since then, because he fought the fights that he needed to fight. We could say the same thing about Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs fought in the fights that he needed to fight against to at least try to get himself ready. What do I mean? Daniel Jacobs beat Peter Quillen in one round. Peter Quillen was unbeaten. He beat him in a round. He beat Caleb Truax years ago. He knocked him out. The Caleb Truax that went the distance with Caleb Plant a few months ago, that's the same Caleb Truax that Daniel Jacobs knocked out in his prime. All right. So he fought Golovkin, right? He beat Peter Quillen. He beat Caleb Truax. He beat Sergey Didivianchenko back when Sergey was unbeaten. That's when Daniel became the IBF champion. And you have people that want to push this narrative that Canelo has something to prove to Jermall Charlo when Daniel Jacobs has a better middleweight resume than Jermall Charlo. That's why the shit killed me. Like, what does Canelo have to prove to Charlo or anybody really when Daniel Jacobs has a better resume than the people that you're naming? He has a better resume than David Benavidez. He does, though. He does. I think today David would beat him, but that doesn't change that him fighting Jacobs goes against the narrative that you're purveying. You're saying, by all rights, he should have never fought him if you guys are right about Canelo. Canelo seems to have the word out that anybody who wants a payday at 68 or 75 has to have a belt or fight the other guy waiting on him. So Benavidez and Charlo and Bivol versus Zerto. I'm gonna say this at this point, and you've heard me say this, Drew. At this point, Jamal Charlo is a cherry. He's been at middleweight. Like most people don't realize, yo, he went up to middleweight years ago. And what has he done? Don't make it about Triple G, bro. While you was there, Triple G was doing his thing. If you can justify Errol Spence fighting a midget and Mikey Garcia for a payday, if you could justify that, then you could justify Triple G and everything he's doing because he's made more money than Errol. Stop me when I tell a lie. What PBC fighter gets $14 million for Steve Rolls? You tell me. Which one? Would you say that Ryota Murata and Joe Joyce have similar styles? They both march forward, have great chins and power. There are similarities. I would not say that they have the same style. They have similarities, but you're not off base because it's true. Ryota Murata is a wrecking machine. That's how he fights. He's gonna jab, jab, right hand, jab, right hand, come forward the whole time. He might get hit 3 fucking times with 3 fucking punches. He'll keep marching forward. I like him, but I won't lie to you. I expected more of him when he went pro. I did. I thought that he would be further along because he's a fucking gold medalist. You know what I mean? Like he's a gold medalist. Charlo is the easy. I agree with you, Isan. That's the easiest fight for Canelo. That's the easiest fight. Jamal said he wants the Canelo plant winner. It's not about what Jamal wants. It's about what Canelo wants. And if Canelo wants to give him an opportunity, you and I both know, Jay, he'll get it if Canelo wants to give him an opportunity. If Canelo wants to do something else, tough titty, guys. Tough titty. Y'all had plenty of time to fight each other. Y'all had plenty of time, your promoters, your managers, the networks on which you fight on. You had plenty of time and opportunity to build yourselves up, and y'all didn't do that. That is not my problem. Drew says, where do you grade the zone 2021 from A to F after these last few fights have been announced to close the year? You want my honest opinion? A lot of people are going to think I'm a shill, right? I rated an A minus. Why? Joshua Usyk, Canelo Saunders. Canelo Saunders alone would have costed me $80 on any other network in America. ESPN, Fox, Showtime. That one fight would have costed me $80 on any other network in America. On DAZN, it didn't cost me that. I saw the fight as part of my subscription. Joshua versus Usyk was a pay-per-view level fight. In the UK, it was a pay-per-view. Here in America, a guy like me, I got to see that as part of my subscription. And that's not counting everything in between. That's not counting Fight Camp. That's not counting smaller cards like Garcia versus Sandor Martin. That's not counting cards like Chisora versus Parker 2. There's a whole heap of stuff in between. So if I had to grade them in the realm of value for money this year, I give them an A minus. I give them an A minus. You could argue that they deserve a solid A. Why? Because any other platform in this country would have charged you $80 for Canelo versus Saunders, and another 80 for Canelo versus Yildirim, and another 80 for Canelo versus Smith. Any other platform. Any other platform. Just finished watching the last vid you doing with the Uncle Bob voice. My head cold cleared up from the laughter. Bless up, Ring. I appreciate that, bro. Drew says Charlo won't get 10 mil like Caleb did. Now, let me ask you a question, Drew. Do you think that Al Heyman and Fox would give Jamal Charlo $14 million to fight Steve Rolls? Did he get $14 million up front when he fought Sergey Derevianchenko? No. So if you can justify everybody else's money moves, why you can't justify Golovkin's money moves? To those people that are critical of him, like I'm not a Golovkin fanboy, I'm not a Golovkin critic. I'm a boxing fan, right? I'm in the middle. I'm only in the middle. Well, I be seeing guys saying it was okay for Errol to skip Terrence so he could get money with Mikey. All right, then why is it not okay for Triple G to skip Charlo to get money with Steve Rolls? Why not? In the same turn and in the same token, to prove that I'm not a fanboy, watch the videos, man. I've been saying I want to see Triple G versus Demetrius Andrade. I've been saying that for over a year. I'm not against Charlo getting the fight. I'm not against Andrade getting the fight. I'm a boxing fan. I want to see the best versus the best, right? And if those are three of the best guys at middleweight, of course I want to see them fight. But you guys, with your agendas, you can't sit here trying to justify someone else's money moves, then get super critical over his money moves. Because none of them PBC guys get 14 mil up front for no goddamn Steve Rolls. Nah, they don't. He did, because he making that money. Triple G has the best wife manager in boxing. She got Triple G an equity deal with the Zone. Talk about it, bro. This is what I mean. All these supposed business guys in the American boxing scene, I don't see them getting the kind of money that he gets, man. That dude is getting insane money. Insane. You know? Charlo hasn't touched no M's till his day. It's wild to me that, look, Jamal Charlo has been at middleweight for at least 3 years. At least. I'm saying at least 3 years. Remember, the first fight that he had when he moved up was the Jorge Sebastian Highland fight. I understood that fight because Jorge Sebastian Highland was the then interim WBC champion. So I supported it. Even though he had one leg and even though he never beat nobody, I said, I understand why. He's the interim champion. So if you want to fight with the big names to fight for the WBC title, this is a guy you have to go through. And I supported that. But when things don't work out, if you couldn't get Canelo or you couldn't get Golovkin, they offered you $7 million to fight Demetrius Andrade. You didn't want to take it. So I'm not going to support you after that. Everybody has all these bad things to say about Demetrius, right? And I'm wondering, well, if he sucks as much as y'all say he sucks, why won't Jamal fight him? He sucks, right? Doesn't he suck? So then why won't Jamal fight him? Why won't Triple G fight him? Shout out to my man Liam Rockwell. I'm really hoping that ESPN shows us that that Tim Tszyu versus Takeshi Inui fight later on this month. I love that kid, Tim Tszyu. He's a great kid. Maybe I'll get him on the show so he can find out. You know, you got fans in America, right? There's people in America that get up really early in the fucking morning and watch you fight. Salute, bro. Appreciate that Punch Perfect Boxing. Appreciate that, bro. Let's be honest. The business of boxing jaded Triple G from the Felix Sturm fight that never happened, ducking him in Germany, and then the Canelo drug test and draw. So he is after the bag now. The thing, and you know what the thing is? I completely agree with you, Drew. I'll say this though. Triple G tried to do it the way, you know, that the boxing fans want, that I'm going to go after the champions and I'm going to get the belts and the song and the dance and the bells and the whistles. And he did that, you know, but Billy ducked him. He did duck him. And by the time you decide to come back around, well, it's too late, bro. I'm about to fight Canelo. Why you going to wait till I'm about to fight Canelo to come back around? Now, fuck you. Fuck you. I got to get this bag. All right. The fighters that the Americans support, they move like this on a regular basis without the number of title defenses that Triple G has, without having unified as many titles as Triple G has. I don't want to hear it about Jamal. If you couldn't get Triple G and you couldn't get Canelo, Demetrius has been there the whole time. The whole time. If you don't want to cross the street, what did they tell you? Okay, we'll send him to you. And what did Tom Brown say? No, we don't want to pay. All right, then y'all just don't want to fight. You won't let the Zone and Matchroom pay for it, but you don't want to pay for it. You're always coming up with excuses. No, I don't pity you. When you going to answer my question? What's your question, Base? Don't forget Gennady ducked Ward as well. I can't qualify that because that's not true, Eric. That's a narrative that the LDBC was pushing at that time. By the time Andre Ward started talking about Gennady Golovkin had already signed the papers to fight David Lemieux. Everybody conveniently forgets that by the time that became a conversation, he was already going into a unification match and his very first pay-per-view. Nobody likes to mention it. Sadly, Triple G got to America 5 years too late waiting for Felix in Germany. Had he gotten here earlier, he would have been an even bigger star. There are several different ways to interpret that. If he would have got here sooner, he might have been frozen out sooner. That's the other way you have to look at that. The obscurity that he had over there was probably why he was even able to get certain fights. If he would have got here doing what he was doing and looking the way he was looking, look, when he got here, remember, Drew, when he got here, Sergio wasn't going to fight him. Sergio ducked him. I call it what it is. If you're a champion and you got a belt and you don't want to fight a guy, all right, that's a duck, bro. Knee brace, whatever you want to call it, that's a duck. Sergio ducked him. Quillen priced himself out. Billy priced himself out. Canelo took his time with him. Let's call it what it is. Canelo took his time with him. By the time Gennady got over here, he was already being frozen out. So if he would have got here sooner, he would have been frozen out sooner. It would have just been more guys that don't want to fight him. Sergio didn't want to fight him. Miguel Cotto didn't want to fight him. Peter Quillen didn't want to fight him. Billy Joe Saunders didn't want to fight him. A lot of guys didn't want to fight him. He was avoided. He was avoided. There was a time. Back in 2011, Golovkin was set to fight Dmitry Pirog, who surprisingly knocked out Jacobs. I wonder how Triple G versus Pirog would have been had Pirog not had that back injury that forced him to retire. I've heard that sentiment expressed a lot. I've heard people say that they felt that Pirog might have had his number because if you've seen Pirog, he was actually pretty damn good. And that would have been an excellent fight back then. But the way that things worked out, you know, I know that a lot of people feel that Triple G was hard done. A lot of people feel that, like, yo, they did him dirty with the test and all the different stuff and the draw. But, yo, he's made a lot of fucking money. He really has. He made a lot of money from the first Canelo fight, the second Canelo fight. He made a lot of fucking money from the DAZN deal. You know what I mean? So it all worked out for him, believe it or not. Even though he's not, I don't view Triple G as what they were selling him as. I don't view him as that. But I will say that it worked out for him in the end. It really did. Because he's made a lot of goddamn money. And that's just the DAZN money. Not even counting the two Canelo fights, the Lemieux fight, and the Jacobs fight. Those were pay-per-views, if you remember. Lemieux and Jacobs were pay-per-view fights. He's made a lot of money. So in the end, even though he's not exactly what they were selling him as, it did work out for him. Drew says, Triple G did not duck Ward. Ward lost his promoter and was out for 2 years and never came back to 168. His last fight at 168, was Delvin Rodriguez, the Dominican kid. HBO had Triple G on the Canelo path, and Ward knew that. Exactly. Most people don't remember what was going on in that pocket of 2014 and 2015. But when Andre Ward came back, he didn't come back to super middleweight, and that was 2015. He came back with Paul Smith. That was a light heavyweight contest. And after that, he was full-on light heavyweight. Paul Smith, Sullivan Barrera, the two Kovalev fights. And that was all after 2015. When all of that Ward... Hold on. When all of that Ward... Oh, shit. When all of that Ward's... Hold on. Why the fuck is this shit making noise? Let me mute this shit. La la la. Shit don't want to mute. La la la. All right, I'm gonna just have to put your motherfucking ass over there. All right, when all of that fucking Ward and Golovkin shit, right? When that was a hot topic, that was 2015. In 2015, when Andre Ward finally came back to boxing due to the promotional issues that he was having with Rock Nation, when all of that shit got settled up, Gennady Golovkin was already in the process of fighting David Lemieux. He already signed the paperwork, and Andre Ward never came back to super middleweight. So what was the plan? For Gennady Golovkin to fight him at light heavyweight? Come on, B. If you got Canelo Alvarez and Miguel Cotto, a Puerto Rican cash cow and a Mexican cash cow in your division, why on earth would you go up to fight Andre Ward? He don't have the... you're not going to get the money with him that you get with them. And any boxer would have made the same decision that Triple G made. So let's stop virtue signaling. Let's stop being altruistic. Anybody in Triple G's shoes that you have Miguel Cotto, you have Canelo Alvarez, they're all in your division or they're about. Well, Cotto was already there because he had the WBC title. Canelo was on his way there. If you have these kinds of people in your division, what would be the point of going up to fight Andre Ward? Any fighter that's good now gets frozen out. Boots and Shakur, it's going to happen to them. It is. I said that, bro, before the Herring fight. I said that, like, yo, guys ain't going to want to. If he wins, people aren't going to want to fight him. They're not going to want. He's a guy who, you know, he went to the Olympics. He didn't win, but he went. He's a southpaw. He's young. He's fast. No, he's all wrong for a lot of guys. They're not going to want to fight him. So I'm going to open the conversation up to the chat, to you guys out there. Y'all jump on, and I'm gonna mitigate how many people are on because once again, we get a lot of guys talking at the same time. Y'all gotta let each other talk. Don't talk over each other. Don't cut each other off. And yeah, man. Late night boxing talks. Link is in the chitty chat. Battle Rifle, you ready for Friday, bro? You ready?
You
ready for Friday, bro? My Battle not talking. Why is Battle not talking? All right, we read the super chat. Ward and Clarissa Shields both have a bitter attitude towards foreign fighters in America getting more support. I want to have this conversation. Mute your mics because somebody's got a lot of background noise. Eddie Hearn very recently said, right, that he doesn't agree with the people that are coming after Jake Paul. He doesn't agree with those people. And in the last video I did, I talked about that like, yo, dog, if you want big money, you have to have a big fan base. Daniel Nuts. All right, we got like 8 people up here now. That's as many people as I'm going to let on at the same time.
What's up, nigga?
All right, what's goody Chris? What's goody Bass? What's goody Drew? What's goody Jay? What's goody Eson? What's goody Battle? And Daniel Nuts.
Yo.
What's good?
And yeah, man. It's like I don't understand how the fighters don't see that. They're like, yo, dog, if you want to get big money, you got to have a big fan base. You know, you got to sell tickets and you got to get ratings.
Because they stupid. They stupid, Julius, because they're stupid, okay?
Honestly, like, you can't have a Rego fan base and think they're going to give you a lot of money. Like,
yo, but let's keep it up. Let's really keep it about. How many of these dudes really went to college? How many people really know economics on the basic level?
My God, you could have nickel and dimed it. You could have been selling tray bags in the 90s and you going to know that. Fuck college.
Yeah, you don't even need to go to college for that basic
but let's keep it a buck. These dudes aren't hustlers like that. So at the end of the day, you got to look at their education level.
He's right,
bro.
Ring. The days are gone of when boxers used to have street cred and be known in the neighborhoods. Not even boxers, that athlete that was still in the neighborhood back even in the 60s and 70s and 80s.
I'm gonna say because in Mexico they still got that. It's just
okay. What's the strictly American fighters?
There we go.
The American athlete, the basketball. Look at the football player that just got caught with a pistol and drunk drive and kill somebody, acting like he's a goon. He's not a goon. Like, these dudes don't got it like that no more.
Well, you remember when the Giants won the Super Bowl and fucking Plaxico shot himself in the leg? You remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
That shit was fucking comedy.
I'm like, yo, why you Plaxico? Y'all just won the big one, B. Why you in this shit? Like, you don't need to be in this shit.
Why don't you have your mans from the turf carrying the gun?
Because I'm stupid.
It's kind of the same thing with John Jones got the same problem. He fucking just got introduced into the Hall of Fame and can't fucking be out in Vegas for 2 days without.
John Jones is a psycho.
The Jones family, in my opinion, has roid rage.
That's John Jones is a psychopath.
I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, like, and I'm scared. I'm not saying this for shock value. I'm scared that John is gonna do some Chris Benoit shit.
Yes.
I think he has.
He might do some Carlos Monzon shit, bro. Let's keep it about. Carlos started it.
he might like I'm scared one morning I'm gonna wake up, yo, he killed his wife, his dog, and all the fish and all.
His
'Cause it's
wife
like
is a sweet, nice lady. Looks like too. And
No,
he
his wife like dead ass fucks with this aggressive shit because at the end of the day, 2 days later they were hugging and kissing. So like,
you
Yeah,
right
he was
though.
on
Like
video.
John, like
yeah,
when like same thing with Floyd. When you're the same thing happened to John. When your child has to call the police on you for beating your mama ass, like you got issues.
Yeah, like that's wild, bro. And imagine what that's like for the child, though. That like you watching daddy beat the shit out of mommy and
You
all
know
of
what's
that.
worse? He trains his kids too, which is, they might end up being
Well,
on
he
some
got
fuck
kicked out
shit.
of the camp. Like his head trainer's like, no, you got to leave for a while.
Yeah.
yeah, he got kicked out of
Mm.
Wink, which was
Yeah,
trainer,
Winkle
like
John told him he got to leave.
yeah,
He can't come back right now.
yeah.
It's crazy because John really is like one of the he's fucking up there in MMA too. It's sad.
His talent is.
No, I mean he pound for pound.
Absolutely.
He pound for like we could say that like John is arguably right now. Wasn't it between him and Israel?
All time, he's arguably.
Wasn't it between him and Israel I can't say his last name, bro.
Adesanya. But to be quite
Adesanya.
honest
right
with
now
you,
it's
Julius, pound for pound, all time, this guy's never lost in the UFC. So if you really want to keep it a buck, he's the greatest MMA fighter ever, bro. And there's always been, rumors for, he was mentally unstable because once his sister died, something snapped in him and it turned him into the guy we see now
He
because
gets hit in the head.
yeah, that too. But you have to understand. But
yeah, but can we say this, Chris? Can we say this? For anybody to be in that profession, right? Something gotta be a little bit wrong with you. Cause
Exactly. You gotta be a little crazy.
Like you ain't gonna make it if you sane in that shit. Like you can't be sane and you in the
necessarily
hurt
true,
business.
bro. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of
wants to get hit in the head though.
I know, but I can understand that, but that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of fighters that don't be beating up on their wives, that don't be doing all that shit.
It depends
Bro.
on like your camp and the culture of your camp. Like, look at a fighter like George St. Pierre, like a Canelo. They have there's an integrity and honor. They actually view it as a martial art.
Listen, I think boxing.
And then the rest of the fighters, there's not fighters that are built just to where they appreciate the aspect of combat and honor and integrity as a fighter.
I think sports fans shouldn't get into these fighters or athletes' personal lives. Stick to watching them on TV and
but that's
going
never
to
going to
their
happen because they used
fights.
to do that in the
No, whoa, wait. I'm just saying we should. These guys are humans just like us. We don't know what they're going through, whatever.
I agree with your sentiment, but unfortunately,
one second. Let me finish my statement. I'm just saying, let them do what they're doing. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying these people are just for our entertainment. We don't know these guys. They could be the worst of the worst. I just like seeing them. In my sport, I like their talents. I'm not saying they're a good person, but I like what they're doing in the ring, in the octagon, on the basketball court, whatever it may be. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean,
I agree with you with that.
Hold on. Yeah, but what I gotta say is that nothing works like that. Like, look at Rolly. Like, nothing works like that. When something happens, people talk. That's just human beings, B. Like, when something happens, people talk. So if you hear that John Jones is smacking up his wife or whatever, people gonna talk about that shit, yo. Like,
not even that. If I'm a network, investing in these athletes, I have a right to know every fucking small detail of what they're doing because I'm putting up millions and millions of dollars.
People look up to these guys too much. They're just another person. Maybe they're on, TV or whatever. They're just another person, playing the sport and, making millions. That's all. Like, people are putting
too many people talking at the same time. Hold up. What I'm gonna say is this: look at what just happened with the dude on the Raiders, right? Look at what just happened, right? Whether you play for the Raiders or you play for the Jets or you play for motherfucking the Patriots, driving drunk is driving drunk. People gonna look at you like that whether you play football or not. So people gonna
but nobody nobody's gonna look at you. There, you know how much people got DUIs and stuff like that.
And
Nobody's
motherfuckers and
looking at
motherfucker
them,
and so you saying that if a motherfucker get a DUI and he crash and kill somebody, right, which he did,
bro. That's totally different. Like if you
how is that
kill
totally
That's his
different?
somebody,
personal
bro.
life.
Look, let me see this. Let me
That's
see
his
it.
personal life, bro.
If you kill somebody, listen, I don't agree with that. I'm not saying I agree with anything they do, but I'm saying I like what they do in the ring, the octagon, and the basketball court. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
I
saying I
kind of
like what
agree.
they're doing. I like their talent. I can't just say that. Like say, look, Floyd Mayweather, he was a terrible person. He hit women, but we like what he did in the ring, right?
I understand that, but
Okay then.
getting into their personal life sells the narrative and gets people invested to want to support them. It goes hand in hand. It's storytelling. It's entertainment. The consumer
Yeah,
needs
like,
all of it to buy the product.
and more
Yeah,
importantly, you talking about public figures that live their lives in the eyes of the public. Like, if they wanted that level of privacy, they wouldn't have social media
These
accounts.
guys are not like politicians and stuff. They're literally just athletes, bro.
Nobody said
but
they're
once that
not.
Athletes,
was your
bro.
favorite
Like, I
fight
don't
on the
even like. I
regular
don't know
though,
what
like
point he's making. Like, you
No, I'm
saying that
saying,
people.
My
why
man,
do you guys
you being too
care?
serious. Well,
No, I'm
why
saying,
do you?
I'm
Why do
saying,
you? It sounds
why?
like you care, bro.
No. I don't
I
care.
mean,
I'm just
You
saying,
do
no, I
care
you
kind
because
of
you
guys
I
care?
saying you
Why do
no,
asking
I
a
you
kind
bunch
of
guys
of
get what
care?
you're
people.
saying.
You
I kind of get what
Why
you're
do
saying.
you guys care? These are just just regular people that are, they could be the worst of the worst. We don't know these
Yo,
yeah,
guys
but
Julius,
personally.
this
Cause
is
That's
the
what I'm saying.
weirdo from last
This guy, I
time.
think this is
I
the dude
Get
who
know,
him
lit
out
up,
of
I
here,
Ring.
bro.
This
know,
this
I
is the
know.
No,
Ring.
get him
This
the
is the guy
fuck
you
up
lit
out
up.
of here,
This
bro.
is the guy you
yo,
lit up.
Nah,
guys,
bro. Nah, bro.
Nah, get
I'm
him the fuck
speaking
up out of here,
facts.
bro.
I'm
Ring, you
speaking
lit this guy
facts.
up.
hold
You
on.
lit
Stick
this
him in
guy
a
up for more
fucking
than.
I'm
bathroom like
speaking
Bronx
facts,
Tale.
bro. Shut up. Shut
No,
up.
You
listen,
shut.
listen,
You
listen.
shut
I
up. Don't
think,
tell us to
You
shut
shut
up.
up,
yo,
bro.
You
yo,
shut up.
dudes, yo,
You're a
chill,
hoe.
chill,
Yeah,
You're a
shut
chill,
up.
hoe.
chill, chill, chill.
Yo,
I get kind of what you're
everybody chill.
saying.
Everybody
Like,
chill. Like this what I'm gonna
basic,
say. No, hold up. Let me champ this shit. First off, it ain't even about what we talking about. It ain't because he came on here the last time being disrespectful, and he's a weird dude. Like for real, for real. And you can hear that he's a weird fucking dude. Because he came on here the last time being disrespectful for no reason. Nobody said nothing to this cat. And here he is again doing the same goofy ass shit. I'm like, yo, dog.
You're right.
Like,
Ring, you called you a racist. Remember that?
yeah, like you, hey, yo, I'm like, yo, why the fuck
I
is this?
fuck,
What,
I
like,
fuck,
yo,
I forgot though, but then I started hearing the nigga voice. I said, here this
yeah,
fuck nigga
I'm
go.
like, why
Get
does
this
this
nigga
dude
out
sound
of here.
familiar? Like, why does this dude sound familiar? I'm like, this
that's
is that
that
weirdo
same
that was on here
stuttering
last time.
Stanley. That's the same stuttering Stanley from before. I'm like, yo, hold up, why this is this? It's this not the
But
same?
you
My
gave him a
thing is this though
platform. You
about
let that
about the
nigga speak for
athletes.
mad long.
My
What I
thing is
tell
about
you,
the
tax
athletes and
that
their
Relax,
nigga.
bro.
personal life, fellas.
You
Is
can't get into the
if
fighter's
they didn't
psyche,
want their
bro.
personal life out there, Caleb Plant wouldn't be saying, "I got it from the mud. I lost my daughter," and
My
letting
God,
people in
it ain't
like that.
even. It's what planet. You know what I'm gonna say, Drew? I'm gonna say this. Look, nobody saying that. I'm gonna say this, right? What planet do you live on where people wouldn't talk about that? You know, you ain't got to play football for people to talk about you killing somebody. You know what I mean? Like if the neighbor, let's say the
Julius,
neighbor.
so
Hold on,
interject?
not hold on. Let's
yo,
say
I
your
got cut
neighbor.
off, so someone needs to let me talk as well. Like,
If your neighbor had a DUI, you think fucking people not going to talk about it, especially if they kill somebody? 23-year-old girl and her dog. You think people not going to talk about that? It sounds like what he's saying is, oh well, because they're athletes. Like, man, shut the fuck up, man. The
Yo,
fuck?
what is
yo,
that man? What's that
yo,
man's
let me,
name? What's that
yo,
man's
can I
name, bro?
MMA
qualify
is
him?
it MMA? That's the guy's
It,
name. That's
it was
MMA, right?
MMA. It
Hey,
was MMA. Now go ahead, Base, because you didn't get to talk. Go ahead, Base.
Yeah. No, all I was saying, like, with regards to what he's saying, I feel like, yeah, he's partially chatting shit, but I also feel like because I can look at it from this perspective. There's a bunch of people in like the music industry, in like the sports industry, like they do some mad shit on a daily basis, but I can separate the person from the athlete or the person from the musician.
Yeah,
So
but we would
as much as their personal life is trash, people can chat all they want in their personal, but I'm only caring about what entertainment they're providing. So
yeah,
that's
but
what I
Base,
saw
I
from
think we're
Base,
all in
Base.
agreement of that, though.
Yeah, Base. What
I,
I'm
I'm just
saying is
making
this.
sure. Yeah,
What I'm saying is this: that look, life don't work like that. And if you want it to work like that, not you, but MMA. If you
yeah,
want
yeah,
life to
yeah.
work like that, what you need to do is go to the park, go way out to the park, find a clearing, find a rock, and then go live under that shit. because life don't work like that. I'm sorry to tell you that. Like,
I
if
feel that shit, but I really believe like I get
That's
what he's
not
saying
uncomfortable, bro.
to a
Like,
degree, but on some real shit, like look at Rolly, his personal life. Got where he gonna be December 6th now.
exactly.
So
It's still
when it conflicts with what if Rolly was your favorite fucking boxer? Now you don't see this motherfucker on the 6th because of what he did on the weekend.
exactly.
And yo, back to what I was saying about the Henry Ruggs III. There's a morality clause in their contract. So if that is breached, they get released. No questions asked.
My God.
Exactly,
So
brother. That goes to my
that
point.
is
I'm
what
not
it
giving an
is.
athlete 50 million guarantee without fucking having a microscope up his fucking ass.
No, but it's like
Not
it's a
his ass.
marriage.
It's a microscope on him.
It's a
Good
You know what
it's
I
lord.
a
mean, though.
marriage.
You know what
It's
I
a
mean.
marriage. It's a marriage though, because like you know the relationship that fight fans have with fighters is that when you got a neighborhood fighter, a local fighter, what makes it appealing is they struggle because you come from the same place, or you the same race, same ethnicity, things like that. It's all part of the package. So you can't really separate it. You know what I mean? If you got a guy, oh, he a Brooklyn fighter, he grew up in Brooklyn fighter, you know what it is to be in Brooklyn? You gravitate
That's a
towards
fact.
that Brooklyn
That's a
fighter.
fact. That's a Fendi though.
That's any motherfucking sport. It ain't even just boxing. That's every fucking sport. So what planet do we live on where you separate? Like nobody separates them, bro.
So you fuck with James Butler? Harlem Hammer?
I mean,
He's a murdered ass nigga though. Like y'all Harlem niggas is grimy though. Alpo got killed, bro.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Because I'm like, let me say this, right?
I don't think he got killed, bro. I don't think he got killed.
I'm just happy New Yorkers killed a fucking snitch. They let so many run around and sell their books.
That's what
there we go.
That's what I was going. No, that's what I was going to allude to. Like, look, I woke up. I think it was Sunday. I heard he got shot. And I was waiting to hear something. I was waiting to hear, was this dumb motherfucker in Harlem? Yes, he was. I'm like, well, then he deserved it.
That nigga he was in Harlem mad times. He was in niggas' faces, pressing niggas for calling niggas rats and shit. And niggas had no smoke though.
What are you telling me that like you was asking for it, bro? You managed to. You a fucking rat, bro. You a known rat. You a movie rat. They made a movie about how you ratted. And you got
nigga, super disgusting.
You got a lot of goddamn nerve coming back.
But he ratted on niggas from DC. He didn't rat on Harlem niggas.
It don't matter. Rat is a
rat. The reason why
I
tell you, hear me out. Can I talk, guys? Can I talk?
Sammy the Bull to Nicky
Can I talk? Can I talk, guys?
That ratting shit in New York got popular.
Yeah, can I talk? I understand the ratting shit. Alpo's a greasy, disgusting nigga. And may he rest in peace. I mean that. But the reason why Harlem doesn't fuck with him is because how he set up Rich Porter. But I ain't gonna lie to you. You know when someone's telling the truth, their story don't change. What he said about Rich Porter, he said it in the Feds magazine interview. He said it in his documentary. He said it the same way. The reason why he killed Rich is because Rich lied about, the bricks he caught from his connect. And at the end of the day, if you lie in the streets, yo, bro, knowing who Alpo is, but in general,
bro,
if you lie in the street, if you lie in the streets, bro, people gonna call you soft, and they think they can do that.
You making it about Rich, man. You a fucking rat. Fuck Rich. Forget it. You a rat.
We know that. He was gonna get killed.
Alpo being mad at Rich, he should have took that up with Rayful E, who was getting the bricks from. That's none of Alpo's business. Like doing.
Ain't nobody stuck on him murking Rich. You live by the sword, you die by
Harlem, the sword. Harlem. You have to understand. He killed Rich in Harlem. Harlem really does not fuck with Alpo because of the ratting in that.
My God, I understand what you're saying, right? But you do realize that other motherfuckers in Harlem kill other motherfuckers in Harlem. Other motherfuckers in Brooklyn. Hold on. Let me talk, bro. Other motherfuckers in Brooklyn kill other motherfuckers in Brooklyn. Other motherfuckers in Yonkers kill other motherfuckers in Yonkers. What the fuck does it mean to me that one Harlem guy killed another Harlem guy? That's how that go. That's how that happens.
I feel you, but the level of prominence that Richard Porter had and the level of prominence Alpo had and how Alpo set him up and how disgusting that setup and murder was.
But that he grimy. Yeah. You know how many motherfuckers is grimy though? Like it's grimy motherfuckers everywhere. Like Like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm pushing 40, right? But I'm like, yo, dog. Like, oh, he grimy. Tell me, oh, who ain't? Who ain't? I hate to break the news to y'all, right? And I know Drew gonna be on the same page with me when it comes to this. We all grimy under the right circumstances.
That's a fact.
We all got a price. And
absolutely, I'm a fucking snake if I need to be.
Like I'm sorry, but like that's just that. And the reason I say
It's
that is because
it's self-preservation.
the most honest thing or the best counsel that I could give any young man in this world as a close to 40-year-old man is don't fucking trust nobody. You're not supposed to.
Gentlemen, if my brother was a criminal and somebody offered me over $500,000 to turn him in, you think I wouldn't take that shit and run?
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's my brother.
Let's not.
Look, that's family. I can't do that.
Wait. Let's not get into.
I lied to a girl about my brother.
I can't stand my brother. That's why I said
when you're at a certain level in the underworld, it's not snitching; it's eliminating the competition.
Nah, because see, this is the other thing.
I'm talking about when you're at a level of like you're a wholesale distributor. You're dealing with the DEA and the ATF. When you have those relationships like that at certain levels,
you recycling crime.
Look, no, wait. Look, Drew, snitching is reserved for the guys that's on the streets. That's that. That's for the guys that's on the streets, the soldiers and the capos, but not the guys over there in Colombia, Cartagena, and Mexico. Like, nah, it ain't them. That snitching shit is really for the guys in the streets because the snitching is viewed as a betrayal, and it's viewed as a betrayal because it's happening with members of the community to other members of the community.
Yeah.
So
that snitching is for the mid-level guys to keep the rank and file in order.
Yes, that's who that shit is for. When you talking about them other guys, them foreign guys, that's a whole different playing field when you talking about them guys, right? That's different shit. All I'm saying is telling me that, oh, Poe did that to Rich, and I done seen that shit as a smaller story in several different areas. That's how I know it happened. What he did to him ain't nothing that motherfuckers ain't seen before. That's not new. It didn't start with him. And my shit is, yo, you a rat, and they finally fucking got you. And that's what needed to happen.
I'm happy they got him.
I'm happy they got him because motherfuckers gonna realize, yo, that snitching cool shit ain't cool. Can we get Tekashi next? Can we get him next?
You guys got a backlog, man. I'm famous New York snitches.
Yeah, but like I was saying,
but the thing boxing,
is,
man.
Julie, I'm just gonna finish up with that. Then we're gonna get back to the boxing. Kill all rats, fuck all rat lovers. But this is what I was saying. In terms of Harlem, the reason why I brought that up, that was one of the main reasons. We all knew about the ratting stuff because ultimately a lot of motherfuckers and a lot of niggas in Harlem said like, yo, Alpo, what he did to Rich is fucked up, and hoping they could get him for that. Because real talk, we didn't give a fuck about these DC niggas. We didn't give a fuck about Wayne Perry. We didn't give a fuck about all them other niggas. The DC cats care. When you hear how them DC cats talk about Alpo, they were happy as hell because what Alpo did was foul. Like, my thing is, how can you snitch on a dude that come from the same poverty you come from?
My God,
like that always bothered me.
I'm gonna tell you this. Look, I don't know what y'all faith is, right? I don't know who y'all pray to, but I'm a God-fearing person, right?
Me too.
Rich and Poe ain't nothing but Cain and Abel, man. That's why that story is in there. That ain't nothing but Cain and Abel, plain and simple, right? Motherfuckers is eating each other out here, and if you don't know that already, it's because you ain't out here. So when I see that, oh, that's just more of the same shit. And if you be around motherfuckers too long and you doing good, they'll eat you.
They'll eat you, literally, like Hannibal Lecter. If they carrying around,
was you hyped?
Like how Battle want to eat Michaela Mayer. He want to eat her, bro.
Man, you're right.
Shit, I do.
The same way Ring wants to suck a fart out of Rose's butt.
That's true.
Wait a minute.
Don't say that too loud.
Jesus Christ. But yo, were you hyped when you heard that though? But like I could imagine Julius was mad hyped.
Nah, I was annoyed because I came when I found out I was on social media, right? And I seen the shit and I seen people really wilding. And I'm like, why they wilding, B? Like, he a rat.
Yo, nigga said R.I.P. Alpo. Nigga said R.I.P. Alpo.
You're not going to see me. You're not like it's like people get settled into a routine of being morons. Like, bro, people should have been celebrating in Harlem because that boosts our reputation up. Like, nah, you a fucking rat, bro. You a fucking
Nah,
rat.
because I ain't gonna hold you. I was looking at Harlem real crazy because that nigga was out here skydiving. That nigga was living his best life. I said, like, what, Harlem? Y'all really let this rat nigga come out of prison, run these streets, press niggas, and like skydive, and y'all didn't put like mad bullets in that nigga face?
Well,
Come on, Harlem.
Real quick. Hey, real quick, Jules. You know your girl fights this weekend too.
I mean, she is, but I made my decision. I'm gonna support the Canelo cartel. I'm all for cartel Canelo, and I'm gonna buy that fight. I'm gonna buy that fight.
Yo,
But
you like
it ain't
drug
nothing.
dealers and all that seedy underworld shit, bro.
I'm saying,
Well,
I'm all for
it goes back. Bring it back to when Caleb Plant today is like, man, I come from the gutter like that. If they don't fuck around in Mexico, and I'm like, bro.
That's what I mean. They're like, yo, look, when I see a boxer talking about that poor me shit, right? I'm like, yo, you got your story is 95% of boxer story. You feel me? Like, oh, I'm poor. Yeah,
you're not special, man.
Yeah,
let me see you make it out of Ukraine like Usyk or Chechen, like fucking like what's his name?
Like the Dom
Make it out of Siberia like Ruslan Provodnikov, bro.
Not like the Dom Dada Gennady Golovkin that had the little shwammy when he was fucking 11 years old in the picture. He had the little hammer.
Yo,
the little
he was ready to kill a motherfucker.
You ready to pot somebody out here before the boxing gloves? Like, it's real out here, bitch.
Wasn't that boy Muhammad Farouk? He learned to fight in prison.
Hey man, Bernard did. Shit, that's what
Roberto
Bernard
Duran was in prison. Like Roberto
Duran
Duran came up in them slums in Panama. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like in other words, it's like how you gonna sit here and try to make a story out of you being poor when everybody around you was poor. So what the fuck?
Have you seen Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, bro? Like Guadalajara is a terrible place. My God.
Hey, wait, hold up. I'm gonna be honest though. I know a lot of people. I know I've never been to that place, but I hear you got some fine ladies there. You got some fine ladies in Guadalajara, Mexico.
I'm saying they all up, but they everywhere. They for the community.
They everywhere. The cartel kidnap beautiful women and bring them. I'm not lying to you. They kidnap women and have babies with them.
So what we think about?
Crazy.
All right. Let's get back to the boxing.
What do we think about the zone? The zone going broke and pulling out of America.
That's what. Now let me start that shit off, right? Because I remember in 2018 when they debuted in America, there were a lot of people out there, a lot of propaganda peddlers all over the boxing community, social media hemisphere, right? They're gonna go broke. They'll never be able to sign big name fighters, right? And the exact opposite of everything these motherfuckers said happened. They didn't get smaller, they got bigger. They're in 200 fucking countries now. They about to buy BT Sport. They looking to buy NFL rights. It's like, yo, what I see is that these motherfuckers is on some, even a broken clock is right twice a day. You just gonna keep saying shit and keep saying shit and keep saying shit, no matter how dumb it is, until you right about something. And
Julius,
yeah.
You know what's crazy is that people will say that the zone's going broke when in reality they're doing like 20 times better than any company. What promotional company right now has their brand in fucking other side of the world and shit and going into other sports?
And has an app.
They got the NFL Red Zone rights in Canada already.
Listen, who you see doing shows anywhere from motherfucking Uzbekistan to Milan, Italy? It's easy to do a motherfucking show in America. Everybody doing fucking shows in America. Is y'all motherfuckers doing shows in Milan? No.
Niggas in Uzbekistan like that getting that money.
All right.
But Uzbekistan, yuck. Why? Why that?
That Liam Williams show was bigger than most of the fucking shows we see over here, if we're being honest.
Liam Smith.
The funny thing is, like, you could see the American Jules. I don't know if you could see it too. The American promoters, the American scene, they look jealous that DAZN is developed. Okay, Canelo's going to develop Mexico with Hearn. They're going into all these countries. Like y'all had this fucking talent. Y'all didn't do shit with it.
Listen,
and the talent saw these American promoters, like these American promoters on that bullshit.
I love Aram. I love what Top Rank did.
Talk about Rick Glacier, bro. Talk about it, because you didn't get to talk about it, bro.
Man, Rick, I don't know. Rick is right sometimes. Rick knows how to get guys sparring and make a few nickel and dime deals there. All I know is, like, if DeBella owed me 8 fucking racks, I'm not gonna bitch about it for 10 years. I'm gonna put a fucking baseball bat across his fucking head. You know, these Rick and Top Rank, like Top Rank does a great job developing talent.
Talk about it.
But they don't develop markets. They wait for Zanford Promotions to bring in the top guys. Canelo's seeing the whole. Canelo loves the sport. He's like, watch what I do with fucking Mexico. The Zone's gonna take his. And when they create the next Canelo in 10, 20 years, there's going to be a platform for him to go globally faster than
now,
Canelo
let me
is.
say this. Now, just imagine a world of Mauricio Laras and Jaime Munguias and fucking Jose Zapata. Because, you know, those guys usually go through Zanford to America.
Navarrete, all that.
All that fly shit. Brought to you by Canelo Alvarez.
Jose Zapata is Mexican?
Yeah, bro, you didn't know that?
I didn't. I actually didn't.
You didn't see the colors that nigga was wearing when he punched dude in the face? The fuck?
Okay, that's what, bro. You know, one of them things, like, you just look at it, you just don't really notice it.
Battle, what'd you think he was?
No, I just didn't notice it. Like, I saw the colors, I was like, oh, okay.
Well, this what I mean, right? Right now, Zanford is the connect, right? But Canelo trying to become that, and he could do it. By the way, he can do it. Like, that's not cat. Like, he could pull that shit off, especially with fucking Eddie. From Mexico to the world.
And I'm gonna tell you why, Jules. Because Canelo is Mexican. Bob Arum's not. Oscar De La Hoya, as much he wants to be, he's American to them.
How many Mexican champions do we have right now?
Say it again, Battle.
How many Mexican champions do we have right now?
I mean, we ain't got that.
I don't like how the Mexicans did Oscar De La Hoya.
Look,
well, how are they doing? What you mean?
Because I don't like how they treated him after he beat up Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Albay. Chavez Sr. Chavez Sr. is a staple.
Listen.
It's more so because he wasn't born in Mexico, bro.
It ain't even that.
He can't control that.
Nah. It's not rational. You making that shit rational. When he beat Julio, right? I'm Dominican and I was mad at the motherfucker. Like, you beat Julio, you sissified bitch. I hated that motherfucker for that shit. I feel what you're coming from. I still hate the motherfucker for, and I know he's an excellent fighter. Like, he's a fucking animal. If you had a prime Oscar,
shit, bro.
If you had a prime Oscar in today's welterweight division, bro, he beating 90% of that shit, if not 95. Easy. Ain't no rule.
The only person I give a chance is Crawford.
You think Oscar De La Hoya beats Crawford?
I think that's a 50. No, I mean, you got to be real, dog. Maybe he does. Oscar was not
the Oscar that hung with Sweet. The Oscar that hung with Sweet Pea beats Crawford. I don't care what nobody says.
I'm gonna say this.
Sweet Pea knocked him down too.
Y'all gotta. Well, this is the thing,
Oscar right? Well, I was as far as Paul Williams.
I didn't hear none of what you said, bro. You was going in and out.
You turned into an android.
I want to know. What can Terrence Crawford handle Obakar, Ike Cortez, Felix Trinidad?
That is true. That is true.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's true.
Terrence could give a lot of welterweights trouble. He's got a good IQ, and he's really like he can move well, box, bang, do all that shit.
So Julius, basically, what you were saying is basically how black people felt when Antonio Tarver knocked out Roy Jones Jr. and how black people felt when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson.
Don't limit it. Listen, one, don't even limit it, because when he knocked out Roy, I hated Tarver. I hated him. That's my guy you knocked out, bro.
Yeah, I was tight.
Fucking guy you knocked out, bro. Like who the fuck is this guy that I didn't like? And I didn't really follow Tarver's career at that time. I didn't follow him. I followed Roy. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this dude, B? Like, knocked out my man, B. Like, fuck
this
you,
big
yo.
Punching, big strong, light heavyweight nigga.
I was mad at Roy because Roy didn't even need to fucking go back down once he went to heavyweight. He was supposed to
go off of the Ruiz fight, man.
He was supposed to ride off into the fucking sunset.
He was supposed to go up to 200 pounds, but Vasily Girov was there.
I'm gonna be honest. I was a huge Miguel Cotto fan. I wasn't even angry at Antonio Margarito for the glove thing. I was just like, bro, like this is your career, and now you just got to learn it because you basically just messed up your whole career. Because I actually thought you had a really good chance of beating Cotto, and that was my guy. So I was like, you just messed your whole career up. So
Bro,
I'm not
that
even
all
mad.
you saying, bro?
I loved every minute
Wait.
of it. I
Battle.
loved every
All
minute
you
of it.
saying is you didn't feel for. All you telling me is that you did not feel for Cotto what I felt for Chavez, or what I felt for, like, those was my
No,
guys. Like,
I was a huge Miguel
nah,
Cotto
you
fan.
know you wasn't. Not if you watched that ass whooping and you didn't get mad.
No.
I
Like
got
I looked at it.
You
I just
weren't emotional. You weren't irrational. If you really fuck with a nigga, you're irrational. Let's really keep it a
bro.
buck.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
still feel a way about how Tarver beat Roy, and I fuck
I
with
feel the
Tarver
same
now.
way about Maravilla versus Cotto. With fucking Cotto didn't let him wear his knee braces.
Yeah, that was fucked up. But you know what I like about Cotto? He did things his way.
You
B.
know my guy.
Before there was Super Canelo weight, there was Super Cotto weight. 154.
That's a fact.
155.
Hey
155.
man, Freddie Roach was a great
155.
matchmaker. He brought Cotto back with Yuri Foreman and who else? And got
Word.
him the
Delvin
middleweight title.
Rodriguez.
Fucking Yuri Foreman, yo. I haven't heard that name in years, B.
They
Yeah,
matched
yeah,
Canelo like he was
breaking his
back
leg.
after that Trout fight.
I mean, he gave, like, look, when he caught Gil with that short ass left hook, it did look like Cotto. Like Cotto was back. Short ass left hook, B.
Bro, I can explain that. He hit Daniel Gill with a headbutt, and then he followed up with the left hook. I mean, it was picture perfect, but it was kind of like,
I'm
like
saying,
yeah, like go ahead.
It was still good. It was still good.
It
That
was like
headbutt left hook combination undefeated. You heard? You feel me?
You know what I
the
mean?
headbutt
Like,
mixed with the left hook. Yeah, it is undefeated.
but
Ask
I
Andre
need,
Ward.
yo, who's on the undercard again? Ray Vargas and who else this weekend?
I like Ray Vargas, man. He can fight, man.
No,
Eh.
Ray
So
Vargas can't
Jules,
fight.
hey,
Ray
in
Vargas
the
can't
panel,
fight.
and Jules in the panel, is Zerto gonna let his nuts hang and fight Bivol or what?
Nah, he not.
Fuck no.
Nah, he
Never.
not.
He not built like
Nah,
that.
he not. Like, I don't want to get too into that, right? But like, I feel like they playing a game over there. They playing a game because they know, like, bruh, Eddie got a plan for this guy, and if Eddie don't got a plan for this guy, Vadim has a plan for this guy. You pussyfooting around, bro. Like, and I'll go back to the shit before. If you really wanted to fight the who's guys at 75, you was already in the right place to do that with Top Rank. You know what I mean? You could have had access to Better Beeve and Joe and later. Yup, like all them guys was over there. So you got to remember when he left at a time when the light heavyweight division was a stronghold at 175. Bruh. So if you see now, I'm gonna put the question to y'all. If you see that he leaving an outfit that has all the light heavyweights, or most of them, what does that tell you?
He don't want the smoke. He don't want that.
It tells me that, and then it tells me that he let his wife get in his ear.
Well, what happened to Isaac Chalimba?
I mean,
probably retired in probably Malawi.
Well, he probably fucking getting beat the fuck up somewhere in Russia. Every time I turn around, he in Russia. Every time.
Yo, that's terrible. Jesus.
Nah, but every time I hear about this dude, he in Russia fighting. Like, yo, why you always in Russia, bro? You're not even Russian.
Like Richard Duarte taking that dive, like that shit was disgusting.
They said Zerto could get that fight Bivol in December. He wins that belt. He's got a ticket for Canelo. That's a big Mexican showdown.
He doesn't want that fight, bro. Like, it's games. Like you know, look at the shit. It's games, bro. Like, you've been with Golden Boy for fucking since February, bro. They could have been got you out there doing shit. Like, nah, and Eddie already offered him that fight last year. So we like, to me, it's like, bro, they talking. I think he gonna fight Kovalev, probably. That's what I think. Because they owe Kovalev a fight. They owe him $2.5 million.
They owe
and a
Kovalev
fight.
7 fucking figures, yo.
There you go. To me,
what Kovalev sleep this nigga shit? What Kovalev just slump him on some foul shit?
I know we still not past the promoter war beef thing with fans where this promoter sucks like Eddie Hearn or this promoter like Al Heyman sucks or basically yeah. I'll never forget. I was saying it for the longest. I'm like, Kathy Duva is the worst promoter, bro. Like,
My
I
God,
was
she
like,
got
Cause think
Sergey.
about it.
She got Sergey a
Nothing.
check for $0, bro. I
$0,
never seen that
bro.
before.
Dude got robbed, bro.
That's wild.
Don Duva was smiling from wherever the fuck he was that his wife pulled that fucking snake move.
I'm like, how do you do this and get away with it? Like, this is like, wow.
That was how. Like Sergey's known for beating up women. Like it's fucked
Yeah,
up. I'm
yeah.
not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. But
Nah, but he
you
but
can't
he
find your.
look. Now I'm gonna say, look at the women beaters that have a reputation for beating women in boxing. They always get their ass beat. Dominic Wade got his ass beat by Golovkin.
Floyd didn't get his ass beat.
Yes, he
Floyd was
did.
fucking niggas up.
Floyd got his ass beat by Jay Prince and got pistol whipped like Ellerby, so he got his comeuppance.
I mean, look, Jake Paul took his hat. At minimum, that shit did
Come
happen.
on, B.
At
Come
minimum,
on,
that shit did
B.
happen.
Come on,
Took his
B.
hat,
50
Like-
man.
Cent 50 Cent beat his ass in the house one night too.
When was this? 50 would have got lumped up. When
No,
was
they
this?
was
Stop
they,
it.
if they wrestling in close quarters, 50 could beat his ass.
Yeah, he probably
Fuck
could.
it, yo.
I
I
mean,
don't want to
look,
see
Come
look,
on,
that.
look,
That mental image
T.I.
picture.
had
Good
no
lord.
fear. T.I. ran up on Floyd in the fucking burger joint. Like,
Bro,
Box.
let me tell you. So I gotta interrupt this for a second. Hold up. Me and my brother, my brother, and a couple of people at work always arguing about this, right? And they think I'm insane. They think I'm just talking just to talk. I would tell them, yo, if me and Floyd Mayweather got into a street fight, I'd win. And they'll be busting out laughing. They'd be like, bro, this dude is insane. I'm like, bro, do you understand there's a different context between street fighting and boxing? They're like, what makes you think that he doesn't know how to street fight? Because the motherfucker has been fighting in a boxing range for his entire career. He hasn't gotten in the street fight.
Nah,
So
I
I
ain't
don't
going.
think
Look. I'm gonna say this. Look. This the shit. Like, there's one thing in boxing that is that'll make you very effective in a street fight. Believe it or not, and that's understanding distance. The average motherfucker in the street don't understand distance, like at all. Like I'm talking about at all, right?
Bro.
So if like counter punching and shit, like not to say that, not to have that same old conversation about MMA boxing. No, I'm just saying that if you understand distance, yes, that works in a street fight. If you
bro, like
understand distance.
the thing is that, like, basically Floyd just got into the media lately because he refused to take a picture with like somebody with like painted fingernails or something like that. And I think like so basically there was like this dude in the comments said, but he said people might not like me, but nobody's gonna run up on Floyd though. I'm like, yes they would. Floyd is a 150-pound 44-year-old man soaking wet. There's
See,
definitely
that's the
people.
other. That's dick eating. That's dick eating. Like whoever said that, that's dick eating. Because I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why. If a barber can knock out Suge Knight, anybody get run up on. Fuck is like anybody that talk like that to me. I'm like, yo, you just don't be nowhere because anybody anywhere can get it.
And
What's
that's how
that? What's that
let's keep
MMA
it a
fighter?
buck.
What's that MMA fighter that got knocked out?
That's how gangster
No
Bob
way.
Arum is. When you hear Bob Arum tell the story about how Floyd got his ass beat by Jay Prince and he had to go
pay
fucking
him
save
off.
him. He's like, they was frightened. There was blood all over. And Bob Arum's like, James, what do you want to do? He's like, he owe me money. Bam. Bob Arum's a fucking G, y'all.
Yeah, he
Super
I mean,
G.
I mean,
Super.
but it's just like motherfuckers be on some cartoon shit. Like, I bet you motherfuckers won't run up. Yes, they will. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something.
They
Take
will. The
Floyd,
only people-
wait, let me hold on, wait. Take Floyd to Jalisco and tell me they won't run up on him and ransom the shit out of his ass. They will ransom
Because he beat up one of their own. They would probably kill him on principle.
Bro, I ain't talking no boxing shit. I'm talking like, yo, if you talking about some street shit, bro, Thalia, right? Y'all not gonna know who that is.
I know Talia. She's married to Tommy Mottola. Yeah,
they robbed Chavez Sr. in Mexico. They don't give a fuck
yes,
about Floyd.
bro. That was only a couple of months ago, and you think they're not gonna run up on Floyd when they ran up on El Gran Campeón?
Say word. Say word.
Don't do it today.
I mean, to be fair,
They really robbed Chavez Sr. by the
I mean, come on, that's not hard to believe. Chavez is like 60 years old. The guy's like 5'6". Come on, like, I mean, like it could happen. If anything, Floyd is less likely to get robbed because the guy's always surrounded by like 7 bodyguards.
No,
but
but I mean, without the bodyguards,
ever since that top-ranked gym incident, he's had bodyguards,
and he still got his cap too. That's wild.
Yeah, y'all heard Eubank Sr. was just robbed?
He got. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They snatched his purse, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And he can't run in them. He can't run in them jockey boots to catch him.
You big see, he said something like, "Oh, I thought they I don't think they knew it was me. If they did, I don't think they would have tried anything. But you know, I'm just disappointed because I had there's some candies in there that I was hoping to try, and
I feel sorry for him. He lost his son. I feel for him though. I really do.
I
I
feel
feel
for
for
him
him.
too, but I
Yeah,
mean the
so,
idea
RIP.
that somebody is above getting run up on goes against getting run up on. That's why it's like an oxymoron. Like, nah, you can run up on anybody, bro. Motherfuckers will run up on a Pope if he out
they
too
ran
late.
up
Yeah,
on
you
John
get
F. Kennedy.
you
Yeah,
get run
like
up on. They just don't do it to your face. They do it
You want
behind
to
your
know
back and
they.
take you out before you get a chance to react. That's all it is.
It
you want to know
is. You right,
I
base.
think
You right. But I'm just saying that ain't nobody above getting ran up on. Anybody
Oh
can
no,
get
I
ran up.
totally agree with you. Yeah, like
I think the
anyone
only
can get
time
it.
that
They just don't
applies,
always get it face to face. They don't shoot the fair one in the streets. So
I think that's the only
fellas,
But
I
that,
Honestly,
mean
brother,
that shit could happen to anybody.
there's no such thing as a fair one in the streets. All
Nope.
rules are off.
exactly.
Nope.
The only fair ones are in the
fellas,
ring.
I was in high school once and I got ran up on, but and by the grace of God, it's by some gang in my neighborhood, and when I knew one of the members of high school, I was cool, and be like, he's cool. I know this dude. He all right. My bad, bro. And then they just took off in their truck. I'm like, oh shit.
God damn. Ain't God great? Ain't God God
And he
will
is,
do it for you,
and
man.
I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. What the hell? I mean, and then he probably, my bad, boy. We didn't know it was you, brother. It's my fault.
I know how many.
Dog, it could have been
Okay. Real quick,
bad.
did anybody catch that Eddie Hearn interview? If Canelo goes to the UK, who's he gonna fight? Who's that fight against?
I mean, no, I ain't gonna say Eubank. You think Buatsi? Really?
Yeah,
nah, bro.
I mean, my question is, like, is he going to go up
way
to
too
175 after this? I mean, if he wins this fight, is he going to stay super middleweight?
Like I
Or go
said,
to
Buatsi
175?
don't move his head. Canelo will take his head off. Like Buatsi don't
That
move
sounds
his
great.
head.
Yo,
If
everybody
Canelo gets
stop.
caught
Everybody
clean-
stop. Everybody stop. Why is MMA still in the comments? Yo,
Oh
this
my
dude is retarded,
God.
Athletes are entertainers, not role models. Who the
Yeah,
fuck
bro.
said they are role?
Yeah,
Who
bro.
said they are role?
Man,
I told you not
Charles
to he's that
Barkley.
nigga in this class.
That dude's a weirdo, man. That dude needs help. That dude needs help. I'm sorry.
Yo, look at who he got, but look at who he got as his picture. I think Caleb Plant.
Who that is? Clay Thompson?
That's Artman's burner right there.
Bruh.
Yeah, our man probably knows that guy. They're probably best friends. They're probably best friends.
What did I tell you about that weirdo nigga? What did I tell you? You allowed that nigga to speak one time. I said, no, I want the world to hear this. The world's retarded already. Get this nigga out of here.
You know what I will say, though? I will say, if there's a big fight in New York and Artman goes, I know New York boxing fans are going to give him hell for not paying his debts. I know y'all gonna fuck with him.
Look, but this what I'm gonna say, right? Artman and people, I'm not gonna make it specific to him because it's his generation, right? Ass betting, yo man, that's enough.
You get killed for shit.
You get killed.
You get killed for less.
You get killed for less than that. You know what I mean? You really ass bet like 100 people, B. Like, yo, you know what I mean? You be in the ground for that, but that's this generation. Like I said, they're like, yo, this generation is strange to me. Like, y'all really
just say we pussy. Just say we pussy.
Y'all,
just say it.
I ain't gonna say all that. I'm
gonna
just say,
because you said it. You said it in such a roundabout way.
Ring, I'm gonna put you on a tangent. What do you see as far as this age of youngins that you just don't like?
What I don't now, you know what I really don't. I'm gonna keep it real with you. What I see about this generation that I don't like is that they're not about anything. They're not about they really not about nothing. They want to be seen but have no talent. They want to be heard but they don't have nothing to fucking say. That's what I don't like about this generation. Like, at least before, if you would have gave a young blood a mic in the 90s or the 80s, yo, you might have heard some shit that you need to hear. You know what I mean? Like some truth. You get these dumb motherfuckers a mic now, like, man, what the fuck? Like, that's what I don't like about it.
You have to understand a lot of these kids didn't have these OGs like y'all did. Like, and I'm 25 years old, but I can say this. I have two loving parents that have been in my life all my life, and they live under the same roof. They're sleeping currently right now. I'm one of the rare ones, so that's why I'm able to, be like myself and not like MMA. But for the most part, a lot of these kids are out here without
Nah,
guidance.
because I mean, look, a guy like MMA, and I don't want to spend too much time on him because I know that he likes the attention. But that's a guy that don't leave the house. Like to me, you're not even a member of society. Like you a hermit, B. Like you're not walking around for real though. Like you're not walking around sounding like that. Motherfuckers will laugh your ass off the block. They ain't even gotta hit you. Like, bro, like, get out of here, B. Like, get the fuck out of here, yo.
Niggas is smacking him in the face. Like
You know, I can just picture him
He
walking
said
up to
he
somebody and
sound like
asking
old
for.
boy and Belly that they fucking DMX shoots after he strips.
Yeah, like he do though. You gonna get yours. You gonna get you like.
You know, I can just picture him walking up to somebody on the street and asking for directions, and it takes him like 2 minutes to say like 10 words.
Yeah, like he like because athletes are not bro. You having an argument with your motherfucking self.
So, hey,
Because nobody said that.
what's the guy who does the he be on like the National Geographic channel. He's the black older dude and he speaks really slow. I forget his name.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Nah, that dude is mad. No, that dude well smart. You well.
Nah. Neil deGrasse, he a brilliant.
Slow though. Slow deliberately.
I'm saying in the sense that is that what you're saying? He talks like he talks extremely slow.
Nah, he talk like he's seeing a titty for the first time in his life, and he's celebrating. He talk like a joint came in here and showed him her titties, and he never seen no titties but his mother titties.
Yo, you sick as hell.
Okay, so
oh my god,
fellas, does Boots Ennis get a top 5 fighter next year?
Yes.
I think he should fight Rajat Butayev because at the end of the day, them top 5 fighters not gonna fight him.
Butayev is not gonna give him that chance, bro.
He's got to force himself. He's got to force himself to make himself a mandatory.
So
he might get Abdul Kakarov. He might get him, but I don't know about Butayev.
Does Boots get a title shot at 47 or 54 first?
I think he could get the IBF. I think he could get the IBF.
Boots is going to get a fight with a fighter named Heels.
Because I know Boots could get a title shot at 54 now.
You fucking dickhead, B. He said we got Boots and we got Heels, and at 154 we got Crocs. We got Crocs. We got Crocs, and at 160 we got chancletas.
Do you hear that? Who's farting in the mic?
I don't know, B.
I know y'all farting in the mic. Fart in the mic.
I just don't see. I don't see where Boots gets a title shot at 47 next year.
I think he could. I'm gonna tell you why. I think he could get it by way of the IBF because Abdul Kakarov only had one fight this whole year, right? Sean Porter's number 2, but we know that Sean about to fight Crawford. Number 3 is Ennis. So I think what's gonna happen is next year the IBF is gonna order number 1 versus number 3 for the next mandatory, and he gonna force Spence to vacate. He won't fight. Spence won't fight him, but he will force him to vacate. I believe that could happen.
I don't believe Spence will fight Jaron Boots Ennis, but we can't just say Earl Spence will just vacate that title.
My God, bro, he's not fighting Boots, bro. That fight will not happen. Trust me. He will.
I don't think he wants none of those problems.
Bro. The only thing that he could do, right, that he maybe could do is if the IBF try to order that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Crawford because before I lose to you, I'll lose to him because that's the kind of brain that he got and that's how they move him. Like, nah, before I lose to you for this little bit of bread over this red belt, either you can have the belt or I'm going to see about fighting Crawford or I'm going to move up. But what I'm not going to do is fight you. I'm not going to fight you. No, at that fight
he will get fucking assaulted.
He'll get fucked up, B. He will get battered.
But my thing is,
that
Boots,
eye will get fucked up.
But the thing is with Boots, though, he does get hit. Like Mark did say something.
It's a fight, Boots, brother. You're gonna get hit.
I know that, bro. I know. But for a guy who has that slick styling to him, I've seen a lot of slick.
My guy. He hit Mikey 360 something times. He couldn't get a knockdown. I'm sure Boots will be okay. Boots will be okay.
Mikey, they ain't been a man down since Ocampos in Dallas. That guy
Exactly.
is a daytime laborer.
Exactly.
Y'all are overselling that a little too much, man. Okay, first of all, Sean Porter has an excellent chin. We all know that. So the fact that he knocked him down in the fight, I mean,
Battle
what?
Broner knocked him down though. I mean,
Yes, he
like
did.
some
He did. But
Football
I'm
Sean's always
Ugas
getting
knocked
knocked
him
down
down
off
too.
balance.
pretty sure.
yeah.
Look, when you looked at the knockout with Broner had, it was just like he just caught you cold. It happens that time. Like I don't know if you ever seen. I don't know if you ever seen like the early part of career. It was who was it? I saw fighting. It was
Alright, but what about Ugas though, battle? Like,
Ugas put him
about
down too.
Ugas? Yep.
who just put who down? You talking about Sean Porter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it
it's
wasn't
not
real. I don't
counted
think it
as
was
a
real.
knockdown.
It
He
wasn't
put
real
him down.
knockdown though.
It was kind of a fluke though. It was kind of like the
That one
meme.
too was not a fluke, my nigga. Let's
No,
stop
no,
them games.
I'll be honest. It was kind of like Mean Machine and Terrence Crawford. It was kind of like
Nah.
the momentum of the shot kind of went forward and the guy fell forward. I mean, that kind of happens in boxing. Like I'm not trying to.
Listen. I'm gonna say some Sean Porter appreciation shit because I like Sean. I've always liked Sean. You could go back to the videos and see that I've always liked Sean. Sean be getting knocked down, but he don't be getting hurt. When Spence dropped him, he popped right back up like a fucking balloon. He was not hurt. What the shit is with Sean is he lunge in and he be off balance, so he get dropped. But he wasn't hurt. He didn't look hurt to me. He popped right back up like nothing happened.
He said, "Let's
Because
go."
that's a
He said,
fucking
"Let's go."
super middleweight fighting welterweights, bro. That's a whole fucking that dude should have been at 168. He started his career as a goddamn middleweight. Bro, when is it gonna come a point in time where his body gives up? Because let's keep it a buck.
He take care of himself. That's the reason he could keep doing that is because he take good. You could see that he take care of himself, bro. Like,
And he had muscle. He packed on a lot of muscle because he was playing football at them times. He stripped it off.
You can get knocked down. You can't really stop.
yo, it sounded like you was in a parallel universe just now, Battle.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
It sounded like you an Asgard. It sounded like you an Asgard.
Yeah,
Like I was saying about Sean Porter, yo, he struggled to make weight against Ugas. I don't care how good and how well maintenance your body is. If you are still stripping your body of nutrients that it needs because it's not at a weight that it feels comfortable, it's gonna show one of these days. And it's
Porter's
by way
getting
of knockout. Crawford by way of knockout is the
Porter's
Crawford
getting
can't-
stopped.
getting
You
stopped.
said
Yeah.
Crawford. Who said Crawford was getting stopped?
Nah,
All right, cool. I like that. Shit, nigga.
Guys, if Porter comes lunging in the way Crawford's gonna have a field day with that shit, man.
He gonna do to Sean. He gonna do to Sean what he did to Felix Diaz. You gonna come in and run into a short hook, and you gonna get batted. That's what's gonna happen.
Yo, what?
Crazy,
Yo, what?
Crazy
Yo,
thing
this
is,
nigga should have went to jail for that,
Porter
bro.
fought
Like,
Usyk in the amateurs.
yeah, it's wild. And when you
Didn't he
think
beat
of-
Usyk?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. He fought. I think he fought Danny Jacobs too.
He beat Jacobs and Demetrius Andrade as well. He beat them in the amateurs too.
Sean is an animal, B.
Damn, bro.
He's an animal.
nah, Sean. So Sean should be a unified heavyweight champion of the world. Let's go with this nigga, man.
Bro,
Stop playing with it.
Sean is pound for ground for pound number one, B.
Pound for
That's
ground. Pound for ground.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Battle. Battle, I didn't say that. I didn't fucking say that.
Yo, yes, you did. Yes,
I didn't
fuck
fucking
you did.
say that. No, I didn't, B. I said ground for pound. Battle said
pound for ground.
Nah. Battle came out of left field and he said pound. He said pound the pound.
Round for pound.
Rings. No rings.
I did not say that, B. What the fuck is you talking about? I said he is brown.
You would definitely say you said pound for brown. I
Bro,
swear you
I did not say that.
Yeah,
I
that's
said
what he did.
brown.
Battle.
I
He
said
did. He
brown
did that.
for
He did.
pound.
Fuck you,
Fuck out of here, B. You heard what you wanted to hear, B. He said pound the brown number one.
Yo, why can't Crawford not go to jail after what he did to Felix Diaz, bro?
Because
I watched that fight. I watched that. Yeah, nigga, he does because I watched that shit. I was like, God damn, nigga, like what?
Daniel Kinahan ain't gonna let him go to jail.
Exactly.
I can clearly see that because yo, dog, I watched that fight. That left hand that nigga was laid on this nigga, like he closed that nigga's face up. Like His whole face, eyes, closed, everything just closed up on that nigga.
But you know what?
damn.
You know what? The reason that Felix ended up going to Top Rank, most people don't remember Felix was a PBC guy, right?
Yeah, he was.
And
He fought Lamar Peterson and all that. Yeah.
And they didn't want to. He couldn't get no Danny Garcia, no Keith Thurman. Like he couldn't
Or
get
Earl
the
Spence,
fights.
yeah.
He was like a fake boogeyman for like 2 seconds. He was like a fake boogeyman. So it's like, I fake boogeyman. I got you right now. Come over. He came over. He got his ass beat.
No, a nigga got slave whipped. He almost got beaten to death. Like, Steve Willis should have really. Once Terrence was tapping on that nigga head like he was his child, I was like, nah, bro, you got that. We not gonna let you get beaten to death.
Bro,
now.
he was legitimately like a fake boogeyman for like 15 minutes. Like, yo, why Felix Diaz can't get a fight? He a gold medalist. Why he can't get a fight? He go to Top Rank.
Who do y'all want to see Xander step up against next?
No, he don't need to step up. He only
like the next, like a step of like.
He's got time.
He don't. Look. He needs to keep working on his craft, his jab, his foot feints. He don't. To me, no step up till he get the 15-0. When he 15-0, step him up. When he 20-0, step him up. But that boy is 19 years old with 11 fights. I have no complaints. Like, nah, looking how he looking. Don't rush him. Why would you do that?
Do you see him at 47 much longer? He's a big boy.
No. There's no reason to stay for what? For what? You know what I mean? Like, get him. I see him going to 54 in 2 fights. If he ain't there already. If he ain't there already, I see him going to 54. And he going like the hold that the PBC has over 54. It's gonna change soon because there's a lot of guys coming through that ain't PBC fighters. You know what I mean? And like, look at Tim Tszyu, for example. Tim Tszyu is the mandatory for the WBO, right? So what you got to ask yourself is if that fight goes to purse bid, do you think that the PBC want to pay an arm and a leg just to bring Tim Tszyu to America? No, Brian, you need to go to Australia. You wildin'. Because he make millions in Australia. We're not going to pay him millions just to bring him over here because he don't have a name over here, and neither do you. You don't sell tickets like that over here. So, bro, you got to go over there. And really, if he go over there, hey, maybe Tim beats him. Maybe. Shit gonna change.
And look at Ring City, too. Look at Ring City with Charles Conwell, Brian Ceballo. Yeah, look at them dudes. Like,
yeah, you're right, though, because when Xander, Virgil, and Boots are all around 154, 160,
think about it.
It's going to be very nice.
That's the next line. That's the next line of junior middleweights. Xander, Boots, Virgil. Tim is already there, and Tim already getting money. My guy, this guy fought in front of 14,000 people last year, bro. 14,000 in the middle of a pandemic. He getting money. He on pay-per-view over there.
Like that.
What I see, Brian, if he make it through, the fight is this month, right? And I advise everybody to watch it because that's gonna be a fight. That's not gonna be a chat. That's gonna be a fight. When he fight that Japanese boy, if he make it through that shit, right? Brian, you're not unifying with Charlo. You're not going into that. Charlo busy with Murtaev or whatever his name is, the IBF guy. So you don't have a choice. So when that purse bid roll around, because I think there might be a purse bid, No Limit got $10 million to play to do the fight. $10 million to play. You think that fucking PBC want to spend $10 million on that fight?
After what Canelo did to him?
Brian gonna have to get the passport out.
Ray, can I pick your brain about upcoming fight?
Mm-hmm.
Would you take on the Vlasov and the Buatsi fight potential banana skin?
My God,
yeah, that's a banana skin. That's a big one.
I don't know. Listen, let me talk. I don't know. Look, I love the fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm a boxing fan, right? But I don't know why they putting Buatsi in there with that guy. He took the stupid Joe punches. He took the stupid punches.
The shit that's illegal to throw.
And he shook him off like Vlasov, like a Pokemon. They'll just say his name when he get hit. Vlasov. Vlasov. Like, bro, and y'all gonna put Buatsi in there with this man?
If Buatsi stops him though, jeez.
I would say like nah,
if he stops Vlasov, he's the goods. The goods.
If he drugs Vlasov like he drugged last dude.
Bruh. If he
So who-
stopped that dude,
Yeah. Ooh.
mm,
Who wins that Final Four WBA at welterweight tourney?
Butaev is a bad motherfucker.
I'm liking
He
Butaev
is.
myself.
Nah, I got you, Dennis Ugas.
I don't know if Ugas makes it
we
past
ma-
Stanionis.
No. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what, Chris. Ugas might could beat Stanionis because he young and green. Butaev is not with. He not playing no games, B. I'm gonna crowd you. I'm gonna punch you in your stomach. I'm gonna turn you. I'm
He's
gonna
like
push
Sean
you.
Porter.
But the thing is, you
He
got to
beat
look
the
at it
shit
like
out of
this.
Jamal James.
Ugas is very, very physically strong.
Bro, why you think Ugas is belly aching right now? He keep complaining every day about the tournament. Every day. What you really think he worried about?
Think about it.
Hey, Ugas
Think
swears
about-
this tournament's like he's back in fucking Cuba with Castro.
Like really
impressed.
though? Like he talking about dictatorship. He talking about communism. Like, bro, why you talking about communism? You in America? You in a tournament? What are you talking about? It's fucking Butaev, B. He know. I don't want to fight this dude, B. He gonna fuck my bag up.
Point case, the WBA gave you that belt, so shut your ass up and just defend it against your mandatory.
And you got
Vacate
double the
it.
payday to fight fucking Manny. Come on.
Bro, he made out like a bandit in 2021. He got a belt. He didn't have to fight for it. He get a Pacquiao fight. He fell into the Pacquiao fight like a Pacquiao. You know what I mean?
But
like,
he could beat the shit out of Pacquiao with some shit though. Like he fucked Pacquiao up though.
Look, he fucked Pacquiao up, but look at his face though after the fight. Just look at his face, man.
But look at Pacquiao's face, bro.
But
Pacquiao,
it ain't that. It's that if
But Manny
Pacquiao
is
get
Manny,
fucked up,
though.
if Pacquiao get fucked up, that's supposed to happen. Why? He's 42 and he hasn't fought in 2 years. Why does your face look like that?
yeah, because he was got his shit run on.
Getting his shit rocked, B.
Pacquiao would have done him in 6.
Bad. He would have done bad.
If you like, look, I'm
I
glad
like
it did.
steroid Pacquiao, alleged steroid Pacquiao, because he used to do niggas horrible.
I'm just saying, the Pacquiao that fought Margarito, bro.
Nah, that nigga needed
I cannot
to go
believe.
to jail, bro.
I can't believe the ref didn't stop that fight. Pacquiao beat the shit out of that man.
That Pacquiao, bro. He'll send Ugas back to Cuba. How bad it beat this? Like, I don't want to live in America no more. Nah, he beat the shit out of me over.
I retire off that.
Retire off of that, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. That Margarito Pacquiao would have been a very tough Pacquiao to beat for Floyd. Like, dog, I'm telling you what he did to Margarito, bro. Let's look at it. 5'10",
we know that.
154, big dude, and he almost killed that nigga. Like, Margarito's eye will never be the same.
Bro, Margarito eye always like this now. Always like that now. He always looks surprised. Like one eye sleepy, one eye surprised. He Forrest Whitaker. He Forrest Whitaker right now.
Okay, another question. The man's 28. When's Mr. Koskok style going to get tested at 160? Who's going to be his Huckleberry?
He's going to pressure Demetrius. That's who he's after.
Or is he not going to? Yeah.
He's not going to get the fight. Demetrius will move up. I feel Demetrius will move up.
I think Demetrius fight.
I think you're right, man.
I think Demetrius will fight.
And I love Demetrius. I love Demetrius, man. But he don't want that. He don't want that dude. I don't think he wants.
I saw Janabek on the undercard of Loma. I was there. Loma, what's his name? Who did Loma fight in Vegas again?
Nakatani.
He beats the shit out of
He is like a fucking mule, yo. He tries to hurt you every time he punches you.
And he got Buddy motherfucking McGirt. He got Buddy motherfucking McGirt.
Oh God!
All right.
Look how he did Rob.
What is Buddy doing, man? Buddy got that magic. Like he was with Callum Smith, and look what he just did to Leonard Castillo, man. Buddy be, oh my God, man. That
Buddy
guy.
making these guys real fucking angry.
He making killers. He making killers.
Killers over there. Be Blue Moon Boxing. Shout out to Blue Moon Boxing.
Callum Smith can't go to Dominican Republic for what he did to Leonard Castillo.
No,
he go there, he's gonna die, dude.
Yo, when he
like
fell,
yo, bro.
They put a head out on his. They put a head on that dude.
In that moment when he fell, and I know I ain't shit. I'm not shit. But when he fell,
really ain't.
And I seen that shit.
Nigga, I laugh too. Yo, that's the New York in us, bro. We have a problem. We have a problem.
Dog, I
think
it's
fellas, that was so bad. The zone wouldn't even replay it. They wouldn't even replay it.
There was no
they didn't show it. They didn't show it.
Bro, he hit the deck, and I said it here. I was watching this. I was here. And I was like, yo, he looked like somebody dropped a vibrator. Like,
Nigga dropped the roll. Yeah.
Motherfucker fell down.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
he
no,
was-
Buddy McGirr's doing a hell of a job. I don't think
God.
Janabek's gonna get a big fight till like Boots and them move up to middleweight.
Nah, but he'll beat the shit out of everybody they put in. See, this is
Because he's
this
still
is,
young, though. He's still 28.
This is the thing, right? What's working for Johnny Beck is it don't matter who you put in front of him. He got the
He's
same
fucking you up.
mentality. I'm fucking you up. It don't matter who it is. Rob Brandt, Andre,
Got
it don't
that
matter
Triple G
who it is.
mentality.
He got that old Triple G mentality. And that's what's going to save him because it won't be hard to get him in hard situations. Like Charlo probably
I think
Canelo. He probably
I think Demetrius Andrade can beat Johnny Beck though. I do think so.
How many fights does he have?
Why do you think Demetrius Andrade can't beat Johnny Beck?
Because Liam Williams just pushed him to the brink.
Yes,
Liam survived a hard shot early that dropped him, and he was getting in his shit. He was really getting in his shit. I'm like, look, Liam is good. Liam is all right for what it's worth. Like, I love a good brawler. I really do. They make for great nights of boxing. But Janibek got more power and more boxing. Like, nah, B, don't let that dude hit you.
But I lost count of how many uppercuts the Williams took, man. Flush uppercuts. How many times did Demetrius uppercut his ass? He just wouldn't stop coming.
He wouldn't stop coming.
And that nigga head to the moon, like he said, bro.
The Rhode Island uppercut from Rhode Island.
I would want to see him with Eubank Jr. next. What y'all think about that? Eubank Jr. next? You think?
Nah, Eubank trying to make it to that Golovkin's fight, and he might get that Golovkin's fight. He might.
Is he going to sign? Is he going to sign this
Stop
time,
it.
or is he going to give the pen to Kell Brook?
Look, Golovkin like 41. B. He'll sign this time. He'll sign. Because Golovkin 41. Like, if you gonna catch him, you gonna catch him now.
I can't believe they like we want to sell. We want to be in charge of ticket sales. We want to be the lead promote. That shit was comedy.
No, what that really was is that we don't want to be here, so we're gonna fuck this up. That's what that was like, man. We gonna give them all kinds of problems. We gonna complain about the water. We gonna ask for certain shit. I want all my grapes facing the left side of the room. I want all the furniture turned to the right side of the room. I want to control.
Give Golovkin.
I mean, see, this is why. I mean, see, guys, this is why I don't pity Chris, because you had your chance to fight him before.
Bro, Chris, look, Chris's career is so bizarre, right? Because it's like you've never been a champion. Korobov was going to beat you, and we all know that. If it wasn't for him getting injured, he was going to beat you, dog. You had at the Gale fight that nobody gave a fuck about because the Gale was old as shit and ducking.
No. We gave a fuck because the Gale's sister was going to be ringside. We did give a fuck.
We did give a fuck.
Yeah, we give a fuck. She's fine as a motherfucker.
Fine motherfucker, man. But like even now, right? Just thinking about the shit, right? Even now, even next year, I'm like, yo, can he really beat Golovkin looking like that? Because he looked it weird with Morrison. Like, you look like an Aldi roll.
Did you see his other fight he had against his recent fight on Sky?
He didn't look like shit. Like
I mean, like what? It's like this new style is not working for him. I don't know what it is, man.
I don't know how long. How many fights is he gonna need for it to come together?
Old Chris Eubank. We need if Hughes from Eubank Jr. is gonna win this fight. We're gonna need a Chris Eubank that almost killed
Avni Yildirim.
Yes, that destroyed him in 3 rounds. Yeah, that's the one we need.
And Arthur Abraham that beats up old ass men because Golovkin is an old ass man. So we
Golovkin,
I mean, stop trying to be Chris Jones Jr. That's not who you are.
When he came, when I seen him in a Morrison fight, that was his first fight with Roy. I'm like, yo, why he out here trying to look like Roy? B?
Did he throw a punch in the first round? I didn't think he threw a single punch in the first round.
He didn't do shit. That in the second round, he threw the lead left. I'm like, are you trying to be Roy out here? See, this shit is gonna be weird. This karaoke night.
You know what? He keeps that shit's gonna get him knocked out. I'm telling you.
It's karaoke night.
All right, Jules. We know you're gonna have a breakdown video soon, but real quick, JoJo and Haney. What's the gut say?
Haney,
is it an entertaining fight?
Hey, that's the thing. I don't think it's my gut. No, it's gonna be a boxing match. Haney's gonna outclass him, and it's gonna.
I think Haney cuts him up. I think Haney cuts him
I
off.
think Haney's gonna outclass him. Like it's gonna be. It's in other words, it'll look like a Haney fight. It won't look like a Diaz fight. It'll look like a Haney fight, and he'll outclass him. And it's not gonna be, to me. I feel like maybe it won't be exciting, but because it's JoJo, and you know that JoJo is about the action, you got to give him props. Like, bro, this ain't an old ass Linares. This ain't Gamboa. This is JoJo. JoJo is with the shits. So you got to give him his props. But I think it's going to be a slow fight. I do think that. I don't see it being a war. I don't. He going to offset a lot of the shit that JoJo do with that fucking jab. I don't think JoJo going to be able to get out of the way of that fucking jab. I don't.
I think Devin has one of the fastest jabs in boxing right now.
Devin has a beautiful jab. It makes you. It don't hurt you. It just makes you reset.
Yes. The only jab I think better, and I'm going to say it, and it ain't because I'm from New York and because he's from New Jersey. It's because it's facts. Shakur jab is better than Devin's.
Yep. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh, no, yes.
Better.
It's sharper and it just comes straight out.
And it's a southpaw jab, which is extra good. It's extra good if it's a southpaw jab.
I'm just waiting to see Shakur add that straight that Usyk has from the southpaw side.
Listen, guy, he about to fight Miguel Burchell. I look. I'm gonna just say I like that fight. I like that fight.
Shakur beats the shit out of Burchell.
Yeah, I mean he gonna like Burchell's ass up, man. He gonna piece his ass up.
Beat that ass.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Y'all not gonna tell me about Burchell like this.
But hey, yo, fellas, I think the good fight for Shakur is Chris Colbert. What y'all think about that?
It won't happen, bro.
I know it won't. But I just like it. It's just such an intriguing style matchup.
Now, real shit. Real shit. Shakur beat Chris, man.
Think so?
Why you say that though?
Yes. Beat Chris, man. Like you wilding. Like I just seen Chris in there with Tuksak Niambaya. Yeah. And that's a featherweight. Niambaya.
Oh yeah, he did move up, didn't he? He did. I forgot about. He did move up.
What I'm gonna say is that look, it's certain shit that I always look at. If I see a little dude come up, right? If I see a little dude that he come up, especially if it's short notice, just anything like that, right? I'm looking at your power immediately. Like, all right, you should be able to like tear his face up because he's a little dude. Like he's a featherweight and he's not even a very active featherweight. And I was looking at Chris's power and it was like, look, regular. I think if that was Shakur in there, I think if that was Shakur in there, bro, it wouldn't have been a fight. It would have been Shakur playing with Niam. Yeah.
Shakur's speed makes him hit harder.
He took his best shot in budge.
At 130, I think Navarrete gives Shakur the only decent fight.
I agree.
Yep.
Because
I don't think Valdez got anything for him.
Can't train for Navarrete.
Look, like I said, Alexis said this, and I'm gonna just look at it. Can Navarrete beat Oscar? Because that's what he said. He was very fucking confident. He said he said Navarrete will go up there if they do the fight. He'll beat Oscar. So I'm like,
he booked it.
I like Navarrete because that dude, he will not stop throwing punches for anything.
He will not.
He will not. He's a machine gun.
You gotta knock him out, bro. You have to knock him out because he's not gonna stop.
It's more likely Navarrete stops him.
He kind of remind me of a young fucking Leo Santa Cruz when he was at like 118. Leo was just throwing everything.
Leo is ass, bro. Like I don't compare nobody to Leo. Leo is ass.
Lukewarm Leo.
You know what's funny, y'all? Like being in LA, like no, Leo was like, nah, man. You get to see these guys coming up at the club shows, and like Leo never was it.
Never.
He was never. He was
Even
Uncle
with-
Al's
even-
favorite Mexican.
Even
He's
with
Uncle
the
Al's
Mares
favorite
fight,
Mexican.
bro, I never in my life, even when he was in his prime Leo that fought Mares the first time, right? I looked at him and I'm like, man, this ain't no Morales. I could go to the Facebook post from the Mares fight where I was like, man, this dude ain't shit. Because he was on the undercard. He was on the Mayweather versus Pacquiao undercard. I remember. And I was watching him. I'm like, damn, this guy ain't shit. He sucks. He was fighting some short notice opponent. I remember it was a dude that moonlights as a lawyer, the dude he was fighting. I'm like, damn, yo, you having this much trouble with a part-time lawyer, part-time boxer? Like, it should be more one-sided.
On the Mayweather Pacquiao undercard, right? Yeah, I remember.
That's the same undercard that Danny Garcia's fucking living off of.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. Lomachenko was on that undercard.
Hey, Rick Klitschko fought somebody who was a banker. What's the name of that guy?
Calvin Brock.
Okay,
Calvin
that's
Brock.
okay. Okay, got it.
Boxing banker, Calvin
Yeah.
Brock. I remember
Calvin
him.
Brock was actually a good amateur, and he actually had some really. He had the knockout of the year against Zuri Lawrence, right?
Yeah, but he was little for that. You know, if you go back, watch the Calvin Brock fight, right? Calvin Brock would be a bridgerweight today. He'd be a bridgerweight.
Yeah, but
he-
like
He's
he
just
was a pretty good prospect though. Good.
So was Audley Harrison, right?
He was better than Audley. He was better than Audley.
Audley won a gold medal, my dude. He
That
won a
sounds
gold
phenomenal.
medal.
He was a better fighter than Audley. That's not even fair.
You mean he was
Man,
a
I
better?
wish I was looking at some old heavyweight fights. Corey Sanders would have won a belt in this era.
Yes, easily.
Yeah, Corey used to give niggas.
Corey's a bad
on
motherfucker.
earth.
Corey was a
On
dickhead,
earth.
B. Even in a Vitaly Klitschko fight, forget Vladimir. Everybody only talk about he was giving Vitaly some problems. Like he wouldn't.
He dropped Vitaly, and that wasn't a knockdown. They didn't score that one. Then
Bruh.
Vitaly got on his shit, and Vitaly almost killed him. Like Vitaly almost murdered him, bro.
Corey would have won a belt in this era. Let me read the super chat. Thoughts on Tony Yoka's career? How does it pan out from here? When do you think we'll see him fight for a belt? And what's the best route to one? All right, I don't see Tony fighting for a belt next year. I don't see him fighting for a belt till 2024, 2025. As far as how things are going, keeping it real. Look, this is the thing. I don't criticize Tony because most guys that don't have 10 fights, they don't fight a Johan Duepa. They don't fight a Christian Hammer. So I'm like, that's actually all right that he's fighting them kind of guys, and he only got like 9 fights or some shit like that. That's all
And
right.
he getting them out there too. He's getting them
Some
out
of
there.
them, yeah, like he got Duepa out of there. He beat the shit out of Duepa.
In a round, right? Yeah, he got to be damn. I was like, shit, bro.
So
2025 though,
11.
it's kind of a stretch, bro. I think he'd probably be fighting for a title around like
2025, 2024, 2025. There's too many people that he gotta. There's too many people, bro. You got Hergovic floating around, Joyce floating around, Dubois floating around, Makhmudov floating around, Bobic is Hellenius. It's too many people. Like he not going to fight for a belt next year.
When you say Hellenius, this is the theme song. Beat on him.
Cause I forgot the words, B. I'm getting old. Anyway, I'm getting fucking sleepy, fellas. Always a pleasure. And I'm gonna be live for the Canelo fight. I don't think I'm gonna be live for the Mayer versus Hamadouche because I want to enjoy that with the commentary. I want to hear my man Tim Bradley talking shit. Shout out to Tim. But
I thought you watched the cards in Spanish, brother.
Some of them, but I gotta watch that one in English. I gotta hear Tim talk shit. If it's a DAZN card, I'll watch it in Spanish.
Yo, did you see Tim stand up when Jose Zepeda knocked out Josue Vargas? Yo, Tim is foul. Tim
know better. Tim's wife's Mexican, so he has to.
It's look.
Yo, have a good one, Jules. I'll catch you later.
I'll holler at you, base.
Peace, bro.
That knockout blew me away, bro. I was like, yo, this didn't just happen. This did not just happen, B.
He didn't come from Cali just like really washed this
just
nigga
like
this.
that. Just like that.
Like that.
Just wild.
Left hand, right
I've been watching that press conference for the last few days, and I'm just laughing and just enjoying popcorn and eating candy. It's like, oh, this motherfucker.
Hey, what do you think the hood saying to the dude they caught crying on camera?
No, I mean that's his brother. That's his brother. Like I don't know why everybody.
They roasting the fuck out of his brother though. Back in the hood.
No, I know they are, but like you know that's your brother. If your brother get knocked out, like
I know, but that's remember like on Lethal Weapon. Every time Murtaugh got into some shit, they had the video at the station. You know when he walk in the barbershop, they play.
Yeah, like what's good, Josue?
But the thing is, like, yo, they would get washed by that dude. That dude would really like if he was on some real nigga shit, like on some like, boxing out.
He just got caught, B. Like you gotta call it what it is. Like you just got caught. And shout out, really, I'm glad that Chone won because I don't like a lot of that young shit. Like I don't be liking that young shit. Josue was doing all that young shit.
He was an ass. You don't
like that. You don't like them Terror Squad boxers, huh, Jules?
No, I really don't like.
They would. They would Fat Joe too much.
You like the TS niggas?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what. Look, and I'm being honest, right? And
You
I
from
shouldn't.
Harlem? You remember that?
Listen, wait. Look. I don't like Fat Joe. I'm gonna just say that. I never did. I was a big pun guy. I didn't mind Cuban Links and what's this dude, Sunkiss? They was alright in Terror Squad, but Fat Joe, I just can't listen to that dude, bro.
You never like Lean Back?
Cuba, nice, bro. Cuba, nice, bro.
Yeah. But other than that, like Joe, like I fucked with everybody on Terror Squad except Joe. Like I listen to Remy. Yeah, like I listen to Remy.
What is about him that you don't like?
He sound like he trying to like he sound like guys that I would record. Hold on. He sound like guys that I would record their track and you don't got a flow. You just saying shit that you be hearing other people say. You don't really have a flow. Like you don't have everybody got a flow. Rakim got a flow. Big Daddy Kane got a flow. Redman got a flow. Meth got a flow. You don't have a flow. You just saying shit.
There's no pizzazz to his fucking wordplay.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the French call it je ne sais quoi, and he don't have it.
He don't have it.
Pun has je ne sais quoi out the ass, bro.
Yes, like Pun
quiet as cat, bar for bar.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see what
Pun's
you mean.
a hot Pun is the most slept on New York CMC, bar for bar.
Nah,
he eat up all the dudes. Nobody wanted a feature with that man. Listen, Big didn't want to feature. None of them cats wanted a feature.
Forget Nas and Jay because that conversation is wild basic. That Pac, Nas, Jay bit. That's basic, right? I like let's talk about everybody else, right?
Nigga, Capital Punishment, bro.
Redman.
That was
Keith Murray. Yep. I fuck with Keith Murray. All right. Obviously Pun. Motherfucking who else, man? It was mad other cats I fuck with that I'm like, yo, dog, like, and out of all these cats, I'm like, yo, Fat Joe or this guy, it's always gonna be this guy. I'd rather listen to,
you know something, I never understood
the man made Nas
like
rewrite his verse, and he still got shitted on.
Yeah, like
my nigga, like, yo, if people understand how potent fucking Capital Punishment was, like, if you listen to my God, bro! Like from the Where all the way down to Parental Discretion.
And baby, the Red album, Red Red. Yeah, but that whole album
and they lucky Pun didn't get out the New York City production loop. If he would have started fucking with Dre, fucking with the South, fucking with the Neptunes, and started.
You gotta remember at that time we was kind of laughing at the South. At that time in New York, like you had No Limit, and you had the Cash Money had like 30 groups with the same people. They just had different names, like Manny Fresh and Biggie and Baby was Big Thomas. You had Turk. You had Turk and Wayne. They was the hot boys or the hot boys or whatever the fuck it was. I'm like, yo, BG. Oh my God, BG. I'm from the ghetto, homie. I'm on bread and bologna. I ain't gonna lie.
But the thing about Pun is he could ride all those beats better than them.
I agree with that.
But
fellas, I never understood I never understood like the whole West Coast versus East Coast rivalry.
It wasn't a real, like, I'm gonna tell you what, real shit. That was a rivalry in some people's minds. In reality, a lot of these cats are sitting with each other behind closed doors. Be like, the whole Pac versus Big was really Pac versus Big, not East versus West. You know what I mean? Like
they just conflated it to be something that was.
Why don't y'all just do songs together, man? Everybody makes money.
I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm gonna tell you why it wasn't right. Look, all of that shit was 1992, 1994, circa, right? When this is supposed to be circa around this time, right? But a few years later, in '96, Sky High Pyru Bloods was in New York. Was they getting banged on? No, they was recruiting people. That's why, to me, in my mind, that shit wasn't real. Because
you got to remember, 1993, United Blood Nations was all in the New York jails.
Yeah, like you talking about, you had Sky High Pyru, Treetop Pyru, all in New York. These is West Coast gangs. So if this New York versus LA shit was real, these guys wouldn't even be here, man. Like
it was between rappers. Like if you got people look back, like it was Biggie coming out here talking slick shit on radios.
Yeah.
Like E40 had that fool kidnapped and was going like, "What's up?"
Like I
Yeah,
love Big
because
as a lyricist, but Big
Biggie
wasn't really that
violated
mobster
E40.
type dude.
And that's what I mean. That's what I want to say, Drew. That like Big, look, you a guy that sold some shit and all of that, but like people really believe like there was kids running around. I remember all of this. They really believe that they sold that much coke. I'm like, yo, dog, they just saying shit in the song, my guy. That's not real, B. Like a lot of
The
them
niggas
not
be in
real.
jail, bro. The niggas be in jail.
Like you didn't have
Yeah.
a lot of New York rappers didn't have Big Pun's street cred.
Well, I'm gonna say this: Fat Joe was a real dude. Like I don't like his
Yeah.
music. He's a real
Yeah,
fucking
but
dude. Like
yeah, bro. There's a lot of niggas from the Bronx say, yo, Joe used to get busy.
yeah,
Pun used to
like
get busy.
yeah,
Like you remember Hassan Campbell and all the niggas.
yeah.
You probably but like yo, bro, like Hassan Campbell says like yo, Fat Joe used to get busy. Like
Bro, that was
bro,
always his reputation. That's why people don't talk shit to him because you got to think about it. Like he really sucked as a rapper, but ain't nobody gonna tell him that.
It's kind of like you know, it's kind of like Ice T said the Chappelle show.
The only one that would tell him that was Roy Jones.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Roy. Yeah,
because Fat Joe tells that story where Roy got at him.
YouTube user said Big L. Yeah, Big L was nice. Big L was nice.
Big L was Devil's Son, bro.
Now I gotta ask y'all New Yorkers. Y'all New Yorkers, there's a difference between being a dope MC and being a songwriter. Like Punk could do both.
Yeah, like
Punk can make songs and fucking eat you up on a feature.
To me, right? And I know I'm by myself and I can handle that on this one. I could deal with it. Nas is a great songwriter, but I'd rather listen to Redman as an MC. I can't
say that.
I can say that. I'm gonna say it. I'd rather listen to Redman as an MC.
We talking ball for ball, my nigga? We talking ball for ball?
Nas always trying to be deep, B. Like you always trying to talk about computers and shit.
All I need is one.
Yo, when I was 12, I went to Hell for Snuffing Jesus. Let's not play them games. That's hard, bro.
That shit, be the poet, all that bullshit.
For me, as an outsider, Nas has great lyrics. His songwriting, he doesn't do me as like making hits.
Listen, when I was
he's got iconic bars.
He's got iconic
punchlines.
And a lot of people in New York don't agree. I've had this argument from 8th Avenue to Broadway to right here with y'all, right? He is fucking overrated. I said it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Jay is better. I don't be in the mood to listen to Nas.
Jay was right. One hot album every 10-year average.
So one hot album every 10 years. Bruh, it's the truth, B. Nobody was look. You
It was written had fucking.
Shit is boring, bro. Like I don't listen to that. It was written.
That's why I said like there's a difference between lyricist and songwriter. Nas can spit bars, but he doesn't make iconic songs.
So H to the Izzo was super basic. Like, what's so great about that?
But that's the song.
You're not going to sit here and do this. Don't do this. H to the
and
Izzo.
I don't even like Jay like that. Jay make better songs.
Yo, dog, that was the anthem, B. You are wilding.
Let me tell you, wait.
Let me ask this.
Now?
Let me ask this. Are you going to put on Nas to start a party or Jay to start a party?
Exactly. Matter of fact, I'm going to do you one better because they just mentioned them in the comments. And you're not going to like this, Chris. But I'd rather listen to Beanie Siegel, Rap Gorilla. He rap for the Skrilla. All right?
I ain't going to hold you. I fuck with Beats, but I fuck with Jay.
Right?
What y'all think about Beat?
I fuck with Mobb Deep.
I mean,
Mozzie, I love Mozzie. Bar for bar, Mozzie just has that. You know, Mozzie's fucking with the homeless folks, chilling, eating burgers and fucking smoking cigarettes.
I'm gonna say, look, Mobb Deep, they got a couple of good songs, but because they not, you know, what they market.
Oh, I thought you said Mozzie, not Mobb Deep.
No. Yeah, Mobb Deep. He said Mobb Deep. I'm gonna say, what's your life like? And I mean this because I still listen to this song to this day. What's your life like? I'll be in the mood for that.
Yo, Beanie Siegel, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. What's your life like makes you want to run through a fucking wall?
Bro, what's your life like is so much better than so many Nas albums. What's your life like as a song is better than the whole Nostradamus album. The
That's a
whole
fact.
album.
That's a fact.
Oh,
That's
give me.
a
If I'm saying New Yorkers, give me Cormega.
Mega nice. Mega nice.
Mega
We're
was
not
nice.
gonna do that. Yo, bro, you just don't like Queensbridge MCs.
I like. Nah, I mean it's.
You don't. Just don't front.
You're
Don't
right.
front.
No,
Don't
you're
front.
right. You're right. You are
Don't
right.
front.
I
Don't front.
I thought about it like, you know what? You're right. I don't.
I ain't gonna hold you. I like Big Noid. Noid can rap. Don't get me wrong with that. But like, I like underground MCs. Like, as you can see, like, I like MCs. I like bars.
Like
I like song.
Immortal Technique is a very good MC. Immortal Technique is a very good. He's a backpack rapper. He is, but he's a good MC.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good at what he does, and he's good for that audience. Is he ever gonna make a radio friendly hit? Obviously not. Like, it's obviously
He can
not.
potentially. I feel you.
Well, he's a good MC. Like Lupe Fiasco. Like, look. I like Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe made hits, and he's a MC. Let's not play that. He's made hits.
Lasers is one of the best albums I ever heard, and I'm not capping.
Low key, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Great
Yes,
album.
sir.
It's
Yep.
great album.
Lupe underrated, man. He's a really good MC.
I fuck with Food and the Food and Liquor series. Lasers was great, but I ain't gonna hold you. The first album with Daydreaming, that always will be the one for me. But the Cool was something else, bro.
Oh yeah, the Cool was the best.
From
The
Lupe.
Cool was his best album, in my opinion. That was his best album, in my opinion.
What
Yes,
y'all
sir.
feel about this kid from the West Coast? I'm getting fucking old because I literally just forgot his fucking name, man.
What do you know? Or
Vince Staples?
No. He not new, man. Oh God, I'm getting so fucking old. I literally just
Kendrick
Lamar. What y'all think about Kendrick?
Ball for bar.
Weed with you,
he's nice. he can do it. He can do it all, bro. He can do it all.
I like Kendrick.
He's
cool.
cool.
I like Kendrick.
Like, honestly, that's just to me. Kendrick's an LA dude. I'm from the Bay Area, so they're different kind of guy. We're different cultures.
He nice though. He nice.
Kendrick's cool. I just can't. His voice gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
some people can say that for Too Short though.
Wait, let me say this.
Too Short stays in his lane. Too Short only tries to make you party music.
Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I appreciate Kendrick. I appreciate Kendrick. I acknowledge him, but I'm withdrawing on this one. I just can't. I can't.
He changes
What about
his
J.
delivery
Cole?
too much for me. He changes
like
the
J.
delivery too much.
I like J. Cole, but if I have to choose, and I'm gonna be real with you, right? Because I like the party. If I gotta choose between Drake, Kendrick, or J. Cole, I'm going with Drake, bro. It's about these bitches. It's always about these bitches.
Of course.
It's always about these bitches. All right. It's not about J. Cole telling me that he dropped out of college and he couldn't pay the Pell or he didn't get the Pell check. I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey, low key, Patrick.
Yo, you have a lot of vitriol in your heart.
No.
I just want to hear that shit.
Y'all low key,
J. Cole is for
passion,
two-parent household, middle class, black and brown folks, and that's okay.
Yeah, I can't like when I listened to Forest Drive, whatever the name of the shit was, when he's sitting on the roof or whatever.
2014 Forest Drive.
It's a good album, honestly, but it's not for me. Like I could tell.
I fuck with Born Sinner. Born Sinner is my.
If you had more shit than me as a child, then I cannot listen to you. And I can tell you had more toys than I did when I was a kid, didn't you? I had to steal my toys.
Are you jealous?
For me, it's like I had to see you in the neighborhood. I'm 38.
You have unresolved trauma, bro. You got that
E40.
unresolved shit.
I grew up seeing E40 and Too Short selling out the trunk of their car.
Yeah,
they was in the streets like that, like independent. Master P was out there independent like that. So
yeah,
if the music see, Drake don't try to talk to me. Drake don't be trying to talk to me about how hard shit is. He just talk to me about these hot ass styles and these asses. I'm like, yeah, man, because we got that in common. So I'm like,
we could relate to bitches. Me and Drake could relate to bitches getting on my nerves.
Yeah, so I could live with that. But when I hear this depressing college shit from Cole, I'm like, man, why don't you shut the fuck up, man? Like, what you complaining about? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Nigga, man.
Okay, J. Cole wants us to be his therapist. Like, go hire Dr. Melfi.
Yeah, like talking that shit. Like, nah, because he's nice though. Like, I'm always gonna give him his props. I honestly think he's one of the better guys that has come out in the last 15 years or whatever. He's one of the better guys. But
so, what you think about the Griselda boys?
I don't listen
Benny
to
and
shit
Conway.
Bro, I don't listen to shit no more. I don't listen to shit no more, bro.
Yeah, no, like J. Cole, he can spit bars now. the
You don't
content of
listen to
his bars
Benny?
aren't entertaining to
Mm-mm.
me.
Yeah, like
I'm
bro. Listen, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I listen to Johnny Cash several times a day, bro. I'm not into shit no more. I'm into if it sound good and I fucks with it, I fucks with it. I'd
Yeah,
rather
no, yeah.
listen to that. I'm on my Colin Hayes shit. I listen to Men at Work. I listen to rock. I listen to almost anything. I gave up on
so
rap.
what's your R&B shit like? What you fucking with in terms of R&B?
KC and JoJo. I don't listen to these new guys.
I listen to a lot of old school R&B. I ain't gonna hold you 70s R&B and shit.
Jagged
Yep,
Edge,
No.
KC and
yep,
JoJo,
My
Jodeci.
Spotify is on the Gap Band, the
yep,
Stylistics, the
yep.
Dramatics, Tina
Delphonics,
Marie, Delphonics.
Of course.
Yeah,
Earth,
A
Wind,
lot
and
of that.
Fire, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You fuck
A
with
lot of P
Slave,
Funk, Parliament,
Ohio Players. I listen to
all that
all them
stuff. Yeah,
dudes.
and then you see all the and they was rapping then. They was spitting bars then.
yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
listen.
Oh,
I don't
some
listen
Bobby,
to.
throw on some Bobby Womack if you
I
really
don't
want to
listen.
feel like a piece of shit.
Bobito, what you know about Bobito Womack?
Bobby's a fucking stone cold fucking scoundrel, but I like it.
Yeah, bro. What he did with Sam Cooke family, that was disgusting, bro. That was foul.
All right, well
That's some shit.
look, motherfuckers. I gotta go to sleep. So I'm
That's
going
some
to
shit
sleep.
Julius would do.